Welcome back to Classic Firearms, guys. We are so excited to be here in Nuremberg, Germany for IWA 2026 Outdoor Classics, IWA 2026. Amazing new stuff is here around the show. There's some incredible manufacturers, some of our industry partners that we love to see every single year, and I know you guys love to see the interviews. We are so excited to be here and do this. This is our 4th year, and I'm not alone. There's Brandon with me.
Let's do this.
He loves it. He loves it. All right, guys, and here we are at Schmeisser, and I've got Amy with me. Amy, thank you for taking the time to talk to us. Yeah, I mean, you got a cool product. I saw some 9x19 stuff out there. I saw some AR stuff, and we got a piston-driven 5.56 gun. Is that right?
Yes, definitely. This is the SPF 15, and this product actually got created due to years of the high demand from the community. So this is a short stroke gas piston system. And it's, as we know it from a piston system, it's quite a reliable system, and the gas and heat pressure are precisely managed within the system as well. So even with the higher capacity or firing, I don't know how to say it, exposure, even with higher capacity of rounds, you still have great control and performance with this product here.
Oh, I got to say, piston-driven guns are incredibly reliable, especially in shorter barrel lengths. I think that's where they shine over a DI gun, which I did see some over there. I'm sure we're going to get into in just a little bit. But yeah, this is really cool. I like what you guys did with the charging handle, ambient controls.
Exactly. And also, you know, you have the ambidextrous control and the well-known AR modularity. So you can change everything from the safety, the grip, and the trigger, of course. So everything you have an eye on as a shooter, or which is important to you personally, you can adapt afterwards if you want to as well.
Amazing. And I'm sure you guys are going for competitive pricing on this.
Definitely. So I don't want to go too deep into that topic right now, but we can say that there are kind of like the same products already existing on the market, and we're going for quite an aggressive price point here.
I like it.
So that's quite interesting because the quality, I would say, is quite the same. You know, like good quality, but a little bit better with the prices.
Nice. And when you guys were designing this, was it kind of to replace like what the military has currently, or is this more a civilian mindset with this rifle?
You know, we're quite big. Schmeisser is quite big on the civilian market as well. It's well known, especially in the European market and also in the DACH area, like Germany, Switzerland, and Austria. So it is quite military styled, but I guess we don't want to replace anything. It's just to broaden up the market a bit and also make it, like the go-to for the civilian shooters as well.
No, I like that answer a lot. And I mean, first of all, great looking gun. I like the OD green that you guys went with that.
Nice.
FDE accents and all that. Like I said, love piston-driven guns. I also love DI guns. You want to check out that next?
I would say so.
Let's do it. So before we get to the direct impingement stuff, Amy was telling me about a really cool product. You guys have the DRS9, which does look like it's actually coming to the US soon. Is that right?
Yeah, paperwork is a lot of work, but we're planning on going to the US with it as well.
Oh, that's exciting. So what can you tell me about it?
The DRS9 is a delayed recoil system, and it brings a significant reduced recoil and a great control. So like it allows faster follow-up shots and a steady sight picture. I shot it before, and you're waiting for the recoil to happen, and it just doesn't arrive. It like it feels like 22 long rifle, to be honest.
Wow.
So it's quite cool. When we go through the details, this is an aluminum milled system. Like the fully system is aluminum milled, and also the sight pictures. So the backup sights are also milled and lowered into the handguard and the upper receiver as well. We have a little bit of a higher weight when it comes to the product, which is great for the recoil control we want to go for. And if we want to compare it to standard PCC models, we have at least 40% of recoil reduction.
Oh, wow.
Which is quite noticeable. So like it's, also, if we turn it around, we have the charging handle. It is secured with pins, so you can change the side, and it's ambidextrous as well.
That's smart.
And what is also cool is that this product runs with the standard Glock models when it comes to magazines.
Nice.
And it's quite practical because who doesn't have a magazine lying around at home already?
Oh, exactly. Yeah.
So that's quite nice to mention as well.
Awesome. And so for I guess the model of magazines that you guys have, is it just coming in Glock magazines as of right now, or do you have plans for other magazines?
Right now it's only planned for the Glock magazines, but to make it a little bit more interesting, we also offer the new capacity magazine.
Okay.
We can talk about that in detail a little later, but
and for YouTube, we had to bleep out the rounds. That's standard capacity. That's a standard capacity mag. Yeah, definitely. Yeah, for YouTube, definitely standard capacity. And then as far as, I'm sure you guys haven't developed a price point for the US market because it hasn't been imported yet. Can you tell me any details about what you guys are looking at for the price on this?
I can't talk about that either because the prices are being communicated after the trade fairs.
Gotcha.
Like we launch it right now and the prices will come later because as you already mentioned, it depends on the market and where it's getting distributed to a little bit. So I can't go into that as well, so sorry.
I just know a lot of viewers are wondering, so
I know.
I think it's a really cool design what you guys have done. I really like the stock system. The fact that you have a side folding 1913, so you can take this off, replace it with whatever, have also, a pistol.
The modularity is here given as well, trigger-wise, safety and grip. You can also change it afterwards. We like to keep it that way.
Nice. And what's the barrel length option on this?
There are different length options, and also for the German market, you always have to take care of the lengths and also the hand guards if they're open or closed. But we're also taking care of that topic as well.
Amazing. Okay. Well, I really like what you guys are doing. It looks like it would take standard AR-15 triggers. Is that right?
Yeah, definitely. You can put any AR tuning trigger from the aftermarket into the product as well.
Interesting stuff. So people at home, you could do some interesting trigger drops to this thing, and I would like to see that in action. The AMB system that you guys have within here as well, it's different from what we saw with the piston-driven gun just a minute ago. Yeah, and so you guys kind of went your own design behind that. I like what you did with the cuts in the upper receiver. It's just a good-looking gun overall.
It is. I have to say, on video or photos, it looks a bit bulkier than it is in real life. Yeah, so it's quite handy and slim already if you shoot it and have it in your hands. But the design as well, we also like to put some thoughts into it. So it's a nice system or product standing in front of us.
And I got to say too, I love that even though you have a Glock mag design, you can still do the iconic slap.
Yeah, you can, and it's quite fun, like the whole system, swinging out the stock and then having the slap. It's iconic, I would say.
It's really cool. So what do we have next?
Next, we also have a 9mm product, but with pump action.
Let's check it out. So next we have a quite interesting firearm in front of us. We got a pump action 9mm, and you're kind of like shuddered for a second, but just because we know what some people are going to say online, but there's a need for it on the market. Some people are not able to have semi-auto guns. What can you tell me about this gun?
This is the PSR-9, which is, as you mentioned before, a pump action rifle in the caliber 9x19. You have a modern pump action system combined with an AR base design, you could say. You can work quite fast with it. I tried it out with live ammo, and it's really fast to use, even if it's not semi-automatic to use. But you have the well-known AR features, the modularity as well. On this product, also the ambidextrous features, you could say. You have the perfect and maximum control of the handle because of the serrations and the finger dents. What you have to say, you have the Picatinny mount in front of or I don't know how to say it in English, but
like
in front of the gun. Yeah,
area.
exactly. You can mount anything on that as well. And it runs also with the Glock magazines. I guess that's nice to mention. And we know it's maybe not for the DACH area like Germany or Austria. Like, it's not the main product. It's not designed for that because we are allowed to have semi-automatics, especially like also in the US, of course.
Yes.
But there is a need for this product, mainly from North America and other countries where the semi-automatic rifle isn't allowed. So it's made for that.
It makes complete sense to me. There are some, especially if you're looking to bring it to the U.S., which it sounds like there's going to be a need for it in certain states. We all recognize that we should have the freedom to be able to shoot firearms, even though they may not be semi-automatic. You still have that. Obviously, I would like the freedom to have a semi-automatic firearm in those states, but if we can't have that, then at least we can redesign a gun around that, right? So that's the idea behind this, and I like that. So one thing that I noticed, the ambi bolt release on the side where it looks like an ambi bolt release, and is actually not. It's an ambi action, pump action release. So, you know, if you have the forend engaged in the front and it's stuck in place unless you pull the trigger, you can press this to release. Yeah, here, demonstrate. Easy. Pretty cool, right? So, I mean, it's a versatile gun. You guys look like you've done your research as far as how to make a pump action 9mm, which it's crazy I'm saying those words because I've just never seen it before. Yeah, this is definitely something interesting and new. Yeah.
Definitely
so,
is.
yeah, good on you guys for making something new on the market, right?
Trying our best.
And I got to say too, it's crazy how many new products Schmeisser has. That was something I didn't expect. I expected to see, some people told me about the piston-driven AR, and then I come over here and then you guys have 7 new products this year?
There are 7 new products.
Wow, that is
and
amazing.
all the range goes from the magazines that got renewed with the 50-round capacity, 9mm variants, or .223, like, they did their job.
Yeah, that's intense. So I think we've got one more on the list for us to check out, and it's more of your DI AR-15, and it looks pretty cool. All right, and now we're on to the AR-15 DI rifle that you have been hyping up. I think it's really cool. It's similar to your piston, but there's some unique features that you didn't have in there you got in this one. What can you tell me about it?
Exactly. This is the Schmeisser Solid Duty line, and the special thing about it is the Schmeisser Duty barrel. It's QPQ coated and also dimpled, which increases the surface area and reduces weight to the dimpling. And also the system cools down a bit faster than usual.
Yes.
Also, as a nice gimmick to mention, the dimpling is Morse code for the name Schmeisser.
That is so interesting. So I was looking at it where yesterday I'm like, okay, a dimpled barrel, like you've seen those before, adds more surface area, like you said, so faster cooling. And yeah, Daniel behind the camera back there told me that it was Morse code for Schmeisser. I'm like, that's so cool. That's so unique because anybody else could just do dimpling. You guys just wanted to add that little, like, it's almost like
just
an Easter egg.
Sprinkle some, some details into it.
Yeah, it's really cool. I appreciate that. Like when people kind of go the extra mile with that. And really, what is the big difference here between the piston-driven gun that we looked at a second ago and this one besides the barrel?
It's the regular system, like the AR system we have already had. The main difference is the barrel and the handguard. The handguard is renewed as well, like with the M-LOK and the Picatinny interfaces. You have the Picatinny mount going clockwise in front of the handguard as well,
really cool.
which allows you a maximum of modularity when it comes to accessories. Also, the Picatinny rail on top has a cable cutout, like you can store everything quite clean. And I appreciate it as well to put everything on top and have it stored away. Also this model, as it is in front of us, comes with the MacBull grip and the stock as well. So it's quite a cool product to have, I guess. Yeah,
clearly your engineers have really looked at the marketplace and seen what people do well with AR-15s and really implemented a lot of different features into making it a unique gun as a result of that. I like what you guys have done. I always like this QD backspace, you know, and it kind of just gives you features, even though you have the QD with the MacBull. Yeah, that's just the standard the stocks are coming with, but you have possibilities to go with. So it's cool to be able to decide where you want to put your stuff. Yeah, one little thing back here. I think we didn't talk about this, but I think that's a QD sling swivel. It is. Yeah, into the back of the hand stop. And I just haven't seen that before. And it's also integrated into the rail, of course, on the front and back. Like, you just have tons of, it's feature rich. You have tons of options if you would like to place it in certain areas. And it's a really, obviously, aesthetic, cool looking gun. Yeah, and it also plays a part. The visuality of stuff, like you want to own functional things, but also you want to look cool with it. So, like it's the part that no one wants to talk about, but everyone knows that they enjoy it. So, Amy, thank you so much. It was a pleasure. Thanks for taking your time. Yeah, you guys have amazing products. Guys, check out Schmeisser. They've got so much here, and hopefully you guys will have even more next year. Maybe. Till 2027. Amy, thank you. Bye-bye. Here we are at Taurus next for EVA 2026, and looking at their RPC. Last year we saw this and we called it the Taurus secret PCC that they hadn't really released yet, and that's still true. It's we haven't seen any kind of like press briefings on it yet, but essentially it's a PCC or SMG for certain countries out there, and it's a retractable stock. Here, let's see if I can do this real quick. It's got a retractable stock just like that, and collapsible, of course, and it's solid. It's like a little light, really lightweight PCC. It's got M-lock around the forend, so you can attach different things. It's got a reversible charging handle. What else? It's kind of got some ambi controls, which is pretty cool for a tiny little PCC like this. And I mean, I'd want to see it in the US. I've really been hoping that Taurus would put it out. It's one of those things where Taurus, they make guns that are affordable. So having a PCC, even if it's like direct blowback and proprietary mag fed, it would still be cool if that was, say, like, I'm just throwing a number out there, they have not said this, but like $800 around there. I think people would really like to see something like this, especially with SBR laws right now. You could have this collapsible stock on the backside. It'd be interesting, and maybe in different calibers too. This one's in 9 with a 32 round. And then this is something that's new for the show this year. I don't think we saw this last year. This is a more long-barreled version. They say this is an 8-inch, and the other one was a 4.5. So this is more of your like MP5 style with the barrel length and capabilities behind it. This also has your more traditional stock side folding. You can kind of see a little button right there, so you can turn it to the side. Same pretty much everything, but a longer barrel and longer forend. I like what they did with the hand stop there. So they really gave you an area to not overextend onto the muzzle device with that little lip at the end of the handguard. So cool stuff, like the flat face trigger. We'll get some B-roll, you can see the actual trigger in use. Not expecting much out of it because, you know, it's probably made to be an SMG. And most guns that originally start that way don't have the best triggers, but we'll see. And let us know if you guys would like to see more about this. I want to see it in the US. I want to get more information. Unfortunately, we couldn't find anyone here to talk about it, but stay tuned for next SHOT Show, or at least EVA 2027. All right, guys, here we are at Kel-Tec, and I've got Hammer with me.
What's up, man?
Hammer, dude, we were just talking off camera. These are really cool. Kel-Tec has an interesting booth with the new KP50, right? So we have the P50 previously, now we have the KP50.
Yep.
What is different between our old model and the current model we see today?
So as you can see, like you said, this is our KP50. I know the upper receiver actually looks the same, but there's actually a lot of changes, so it's a completely different upper receiver. But now it doesn't have the kind of clamshell magazine change effect. It's the actual drop out of the bottom mag that you've seen from us since we released it earlier this week.
Yeah, I've been seeing a lot of, just talk about it online. People are excited because, you guys are also making, I guess, like a select buyer version. And like, if anybody hasn't shot 5.7, you know, if you haven't shot it, you really should. But if you have shot it, then you know how light recoiling that is ultimately, right? And it's super fun.
This thing has a super smooth rate of fire. We're coming in about 850 rounds a minute.
Whoa,
okay. It just runs like we're able to keep everything on target when we're shooting. Like there's no rounds outside of the ring. So.
That's awesome. So what you've got here, you've got a single stack standard capacity for the P90, or KP50 in this case, of the P90 magazine, and then you've got the coupled mag. Yep. Okay, so how does this work exactly?
So as you can see, just push in on the trigger guard or the switch right here at the front, releases your magazine. Then you have two of the standard capacity mags right here, coupled together, has the pins that run through. Bolted on each side, has a metal arm that comes over the top to help retain.
Nice.
And they just go right back in, just that easy. M4 style charging.
Wow.
Side folding bracer stock options as well.
Nice.
And just one of the easiest to disassemble firearms out there as well.
Okay, cool.
So
as far as like this stock mechanism, this is 1913 on the backside. Okay, so you're able to
it's kind of a
change it.
Different. You can take any of the 1913 style braces out there, but we don't actually have a traditional. It has a larger cut in there, so you're actually able to slide it on there up and down.
Gotcha. Okay.
Rather than just have the different ones in there.
Okay, so easy to SBR, especially now in 2020. 2026, especially with 1913 style adapter on the backside. So as far as your 5.7 ammo, for people who don't know, what is the advantage of going with 5.7 to say something like 9mm?
So you're getting a lot faster round, a lot more accuracy, a lot less recoil. So you have everything here in a nice small package with your coupled magazine. So you got a lot on board, ready to roll, and it's just fun and accurate. So.
Yeah, no, I really do like 5.7. I mean, people have been using it for a while. The Secret Service actually used the 5.7 cartridge for a while. It makes sense. I hope more people get into it. The more people who get into 5.7, the more people who buy it, cheaper ammo costs eventually, and then, you know, it just becomes more socially accepted, and I'm excited for the future with this product.
Same here, and like hopefully getting it more available all around the world. So like here in Germany right now, it's crazy because like they can't even have the 5.7. A lot of the other countries over here can have it, but they're telling me it's $2 a round over here in Europe.
The issue.
So
it depends on who, like where you're getting it from. Obviously, what you're going for. I've seen some like SS109 go for crazy money, right? And I've seen like FMJ go for pretty cheap. So it just depends. Yeah, do your research out there, man. Hammer.
Thanks, guys.
Thank you for the time, guys. Check out Kel-Tec, and I'm excited to shoot the K50 very soon. Guys, here we are at Unity Tactical. I've got Haley here with me.
Hey, Ryan. You know you just called me Haley,
I know
right?
I did.
You're so in trouble. I thought we were friends. We were friends.
She's gonna kill me after this interview, but before she kills me, let's jump into a new product you guys have.
Yeah, so it was so great to see you guys at SHOT Show. I was with Jason. It was awesome. But of course, even though we launched 4 products at SHOT, we couldn't get away with not launching one over here at IWA.
Awesome.
So this is our fast bridge. Now, I have to be honest with you. We're in Germany, so we have not been able to mount this the way we normally would to show you how it really functions. However, I'll give you the gist.
Okay.
Because obviously there's import laws and all those fun things that we got to work around. So this is our fast recce mount, which you guys know. It's a 154 mount meant for mid to long range scopes. And we were asked by a SOCOM unit to specifically make a version of an LRF attachment that would work with the recce mount, specifically for the iNOD and the iNOD X. So those are thermal optics. They have really tall turrets. Obviously, this is just a SIG. Looks a little silly with that height difference right now, I understand that. But typically, there would be an LRF mounted here, and then you've got the tall turrets of the iNOD. But it allows you full access to your dials, and then you've got pass-throughs on each end, so you can make sure you can still set your zero. So
it shows its variability, you know?
Yeah. So it's called the Fast Bridge, and again, it's just an accessory for our fast recce mount. So get your LRF up to 12 o'clock. Pretty simple.
That's really cool. So I know certain products you guys have are for military only. Is this one of those that's going to be released to civilian?
No, absolutely not. This will be available for sale on our website. I will say we're showing it here and we've announced it. We're still working to get the inventory in, so it'll be a little while. But no, as soon as this is live for the military, it'll be live for commercial as well.
Nice. That's really exciting. I like this idea.
Yeah, and speaking of that, when I saw Jason and we talked about all the products that we launched, I do want to give you guys an update, which is we heard from you about the SCO ring, the fast SCO ring that we launched. So that was that MRDS top ring basically that works for the VCOG 6X. And we originally made it for specifically a military order, but we saw the comments and we like to listen, and we know you want it. It's coming. We need one more shipment in, and I promise it will be live on our site. So we're sorry we made that mistake in the first round. It really was an inventory issue, but we're on it, we're listening, we care, and we're bringing it to you. So.
I really appreciate that about you guys. Like, listening to the public, obviously it can be a little bit too much at times, but you guys are there to fulfill it.
Well, and I know that we talk a lot about, obviously we do a lot of work with tier 1 units, and obviously, you know, they tend to set a lot of trends. But the reality is, like, our founders, they weren't active, they just love to shoot. And so that's our roots too. We care about everybody. We want to make sure we're doing the right thing, but working in all the lanes.
And I really like it because as someone who's used a VCOG in the past, the one downside of the VCOG is there's just no way really to mount it well. And because there's no like typical scope cap rings like you have on these. So I love your product. I think that's a great idea.
Well, and just to remind everybody, the SCO ring is only available to mount the RMR because, again, that specific unit, they were buying a lot. They wanted to shave as much weight as possible. So normally, you know, with our other MRDS rings, you can use that fast optic adapter plate and be able to get some versatility with what mini red dot you're mounting. at least for now, the SCO ring is only available for the RMR. And that's, again, because of just how we were asked to make it. So maybe in the future you'll see us add that, swappability so that it can be more versatile. But for now, RMR on top, you wanted it, you asked, we're giving it to you.
And for those of you at home who may want a different mounting option, there are other companies who make an adapter plate for RMR to whatever they like.
Great point, Ryan.
Great point. An RMR is a great one to have as far as your main optic platform. So I like it. I like what you guys are doing.
I love it. Well, I always appreciate when you come see me.
All right, thank you, Haley. I had to. All right, guys, and here we are at VIGrand. Brandon and I were walking by and saw a roller delayed pistol. You guys might have seen this in last year's coverage, but they have definitely updated it, and we're going to dive more into it. Guys, thank you guys for having us over to this booth to kind of talk about this. What can you tell us about it?
So this year we have an innovation. We extended our basic model into a sport model. Now our basic model, like this, can be transformed just with several details into a sports version. You can change the grip, this one, and you can change 4 details in the trigger mechanism.
Okay.
And that's all. It's ready.
I gotta say, the trigger from last year, feeling it in the sport version, totally different.
Yes.
Yeah.
We designed the new trigger because sportsmen usually try to use less weight because it improves precision. Yes.
Yeah. That makes a lot of sense. So what else? So you did the trigger, the grip. The grip looks like you changed the beaver tail section. Is there anything else that was different about it?
We make the grip bigger because many sportsmen have bigger hands and they were really not comfortable, and we try to listen to people and their complaints, and we try to improve every time. Yes.
I gotta say, I like it. The roller delayed section, if you could show off the camera, it's pretty crazy.
There you go, John.
Like seeing that on a pistol, most people would say, oh, why don't you just put a Picatinny section on the bottom? Well, because there's a roller delayed mechanism within there.
It's very cool. And you could feel it you could feel pulling right past it as well.
Yeah.
And I mean, I also have to say the trigger on this is absolutely crazy. It is so light.
It is insane. And so what are the advantages to having a roller delayed pistol over your traditional rounding action?
Roller delayed mechanism allowed us to make the barrel fixed. And fixed barrel include the precision of shooting, which is, of course, a great advantage for every shooter.
Of course.
That is because we made this pistol for powerful cartridge, 9mm Luger. So with the fixed barrel, it is kind of impossible without a roller delay mechanism. The mechanism that delays the movement of free slide because it's quite light. So we needed to delay it just for fractions of second, but that is enough for the bullet to leave the barrel, and then the slide goes back normally.
So the bullet leaves the barrel before you actually feel the recoil of the pistol, and that lets you have more precise shots.
Yes.
That makes so much sense, and I like what you guys did with the fixed front sight now. From previous models that we've seen before, and also, of course, the performance side, like Brandon talked about.
I thought it was locked in there, but yeah. So you can see right there. So that front sight's there. So then I guess that makes a ton of sense why you would put the front sight fixed on here. That way you're going to be very precise. That bullet's gone before you feel the recoil, and now you can track way better. You can keep it on target way easier because your sight also is not moving. So that is cool.
And some other pistols that have a fixed barrel or have a fixed front sight don't have a fixed barrel as well, and you have that advantage here of having both.
Yeah, absolutely. That's really cool. And this one, it feels really good in the hand, and they all do. It looked a little bit rounded, and I was curious as how that was going to feel, but it feels very good in the hand. So,
what is the price point on the base model that you guys have?
The base model costs $1,500.
$1,500?
Yes. The only sports version costs $2,300, and if you want a full package, the normal model and the sport details for sports model will be $2,500.
Okay, $2,500. And I think $1,500, honestly, for that pistol and the engineering behind it makes a lot of sense. I expected a lot more, to be completely honest. I got to say, are you interested in bringing it to the U.S.?
Yes, definitely.
You are?
We are working with the dealers. We are trying to expand to U.S. market. So maybe soon we'll be able to buy it.
Well, I think you'd find some people very interested, including two of us over here.
Oh yeah, but I also wanted to point out, like, look at this trigger compared to your kind of standard, moon style trigger that you would have. This guy with that little hook on the end, that's very unique. Not something I've seen in too many guns before.
It's like a hybrid flat face, but curved that it kind of goes to the rear. It's interesting, yeah. And then you can't miss it, with that hook on the bottom.
Yep. That's pretty much what it makes me think.
I like it. Well, thank you for taking the time to talk to us about this. Guys, let us know what you think about a roller delayed pistol, and would you use it personally? Let us know. Thank you.
Welcome back to Class Farms, guys. Kai over here, and I've got Ryan from Tisas here.
Wait, we got this reversed. Oh, shoot. I've been doing this the whole show, man. I'm still new at this. We got Kaya from Tisas over here.
What's going on, guys?
We've got some pretty cool guns, including some new ones that have not been introduced to the American market.
That's correct. So we've had a couple of them that was there, now out of stock for quite some time now. So basically a kill skew.
Okay.
But it's going to come back, and we've got a couple of them here. Basically,
single stack and double stack.
Yeah,
right?
Single stack and double stack. Basically under. They existed under different names, but now under a new name, with a little bit differences as well.
Yeah, I got to say, personally, I love the comp one. That seems to me, I think a lot of people will resonate with that because, it's Tisas. It's going to be at a good price point, right?
Absolutely. So Tisas means quality. That's the mission statement right there. And price point, in my opinion, one of the best metal handguns out there for the price point. There's a lot of great companies out there, but I believe Tisas is a contender in that market. And if you look at this thing, this is the Duty DS9 comp. We have compact version as well, and we have the full frame version as well here. I'm just going to kind of show you. This is the
SRO, man. Ooh, that looks good.
Yeah, this is the non-comp version, and this is the full frame, so we call it Duty DS9 FF.
That's the other comp, right?
This is the other comp. This is the competition, exactly. You're right. So if you look at these things, buttery smooth slides, good recoil management, fiber optic sights, cut for a dot. We've got our own regular plate system, raised sights, skeleton hammer, kind of robust control system here with the
extended slide release. I love that extended slide release because I can never drop the slide without changing up my grip unless you've got that on there.
So you mean this?
That's a premium feature right there.
Exactly.
You see a lot of 2011s.
Yep. Nice, flare magwell. Grip is feels really good in the hand. Also trigger right around 4.5 pounds. Just keeping that industry standard. And I know a lot of folks who get these guns, they have their preferences on triggers, or they just simply modify these guns. So these guns give you a very good entry point if you want to go and compete, and you don't want to break the bank, and you get one of these things, which as they are, they're good to go. But you could actually refine a trigger maybe to that really high-end competition levels, all that stuff as well. So it's a great option, and folks absolutely love it. And you've shot these a lot.
I have, yeah. Now I've got to say, these are super flat shooting. I love shooting them. Any 2011's fun to shoot, right? But when you're also not, giving up a lot of your bank account to do that, it's even better to shoot, right?
Exactly.
You could buy more 9mm.
Oh, you're right. You can buy more ammo.
That's what
and guess what? The ammo is expensive, and you have one of these things, you want to be able to get out there and actually shoot. Shoot super straight. And we have a lot of things in the work when it comes to Tisas as a whole. As you guys know, I've just assumed the CEO position here, and I've got my work cut out for me. The products are great. I'm just going to basically restructure a few things, and that's why those are going to be offered to you guys. And in the future, we're going to maybe make some additional, create additional SKUs, let's just say, that I believe you guys are going to love.
Interesting.
And we kind of talk about it, but Ryan,
excited.
You've seen this thing, but in what, 1911 platform?
Yeah, it was a single stack, and I liked it in the single stack, but it was one of those things where it's like, it could always be just a little bit better, you know? They could always have more capacity, and, there's 1911 fans out there who say, hey, man, you don't need your double stack, brother. They're like, single stack, all you need. Look, I'm one of those people, I want more capacity, right? Why would I not? Especially in a 9mm.
Yes. Yeah. I mean, come on, who doesn't want more capacity? Like, what is the upside to having less capacity other than just lighter gun?
2 World Wars, brother.
2 World Wars, exactly. Hey, we got some of those for you too. So, you know what? If you just want single stack, fine. We got those around here too. Just check it out. But you know what? I'm going to talk about the double stack here. These are named Night Stalker. Let me know what you think about this name. I wasn't here when this thing was named, but I really am curious about your thoughts on this. But fan favorite. A lot of folks loved these, and the double stack versions basically not existed in the United States, and now we're going to have some stuff, something like that over there. Sometimes, I don't want to reveal too much.
I gotta say, I really like the gray. I like what you do with the gray on that one. It has a different look than most 2011, 1911 style guns. That's not something you see commonly. And then I also like kind of the slimmer top to it. The slimmer,
the chamfered edges.
the chamfered edges, right? Which gives you different iron sights than you traditionally see on 2011s. Sometimes you see really big, bulky ones, and some people like that, right, for competition. It's just different flavors, different strokes for different folks.
Yeah,
right?
it just makes it more elegant, kind of like slimmed down a little bit, less McDonald's, more gym time, you know? But yeah, and the sights are awesome too. Nice stalker. This is more like the tactical version with the threaded barrel and tritium sights. But overall, when you shoot this thing, it shoots extremely well, very reliable. Tisas is known for its reliability, and we're getting better and better, guys. So definitely let us know your thoughts on what you like about these guns, what you don't like about these guns. I read those comments, and I'm not saying we're perfect, but we're definitely aspiring to be. So let us know your thoughts.
You're shooting Tisas straight.
That's Tisas shoot straight. And I'm doing the same thing with it. That was actually pretty good.
You like that? Yeah.
Ryan, have you been doing this for a while?
No. I've actually been behind the camera watching somebody do it, well, before me.
Oh, so you learned from that person?
I did.
Not a chance, guys. That's not true at all. I know where I stand in the pecking order when it comes to Ryan. His technical knowledge is so much better than mine.
Dude, no.
I just know how to shoot him a little bit, that's all, and the rest of them I kind of pretend.
What's funny is you guys might think it's like my first year going to IWA EVA, but we've been doing this is 4 years now?
4 years.
Yeah.
4 years. 4 years I came out here with Classic Firearms, well, not except this year, but I'm with Classic Firearms right now.
Yeah.
But 4 years Ryan and I have hung out here, and hope to continue doing this, man. I mean, I really am determined to kind of get these products that I believe in out there to folks out there without breaking the bank, but yet giving you even better quality. I'm really working on it, guys.
I like it.
I'm working with the factory, good people, smart people, refining things to be more fitting to the U.S. market. Stay tuned for that. So.
Speaking of U.S. market, I'm excited for what you guys bring to the table at SHOT Show coming up. Well, SHOT Show 2027 coming up, 9 months from now.
You know why he's excited?
Why?
Because he knows. There's
something pretty cool coming.
Yeah, working really hard on that one. So just take a look around. You'll see the Tisas booth here, which is pretty cool, but SHOT Show 2027. SHOT Show 2026, our booth was like 20 by 20. Come by SHOT Show 2027. You'll be amazed. Good things are coming.
Oh, we'll be there. We'll be there, and we'll be covering everything at SHOT Show. Kaya, brother, dude. Love you, man.
Love you, man.
And guys, check out Tisas and their Night Stalker line and some of their new double stack 1911s.
Yeah, Night Stalker, Classic Firearms. I don't know, something happening.
Maybe something.
Peace.
Dude, the Wiener Schnitzel was like so good last night.
They're so small. Why are they so small? What are those?
Is that a revolver with a
handguard?
Handguard?
Yes, it is.
Wait.
Where have you been all my life?
Why is it? Okay, so it's kind of like a rubberized texturing on it too?
And like a paint splatter?
Dude, this is kind of cool.
Why does this work?
So that's cool, but that's more my speed. That's crazy looking.
Trade.
All right, real quick. So it's like okay, first of all, what is it? It's 357, cool.
Yeah.
I don't know, 6mm for that one, interesting.
And this one was 357 too.
357, okay. And then we've got a shotgun, like 4-end shape handguard on it. Dude, this belongs in like the coolest Western that hasn't been created. Look at this. This is so cool.
I want one.
Dude, I don't know how to get this in the U.S., but I need to become an importer all of a sudden.
I just want this. Look at the muzzle brake. It's got a muzzle brake that's huge. Oh, man.
All right, well, where are we? It's Alfa Proj. Alfa Proj. Look, all I know is you guys got cool revolvers. Like, this is one of the coolest things we've seen at the show.
Genuinely, we were just walking by and happened to see this. That is so cool.
All right, guys, and here we are at Bul Armory. I've got Ben with me. Ben, always good to see you, man.
Always good to see you.
What do we have new for this year?
So, we all like a 1911, right? And we like them for one single reason, pun intended.
Yes.
the trigger. So we all admire the 1911 trigger for its precision and feel. Yet historically, it lacks some modularity in terms of what you can do with it, right?
Yes.
You wanted to change from a flat to a curved trigger, you had to go to a gunsmith, you had to commit to a new build, you had to take it apart, you had downtime, right?
Exactly.
So the Link trigger system changes that by allowing the shooter to change the reach, feel, and interface of the trigger with one simple tool, under a minute, no downtime, and no refitting. Now, this is a standard feature on all 2026 SAS2 models that you see here. We are launching with 12 different links, everything from small, medium to large, semi-curved, flat, and the game changer that is a wide face interface.
Oh, all right.
Excuse the missile alarms.
No, there's a lot going on today.
And we can allow ourselves to do this with the system because now you are not limited by the slot in the grip.
Yeah.
Now, it doesn't translate into the camera, but later on, you guys will see it in a B-roll, and you'll try. We have everything here. I don't often use the word game changer, the term. It is.
Yeah.
Once you go wide interface, it's very hard to go back. And
I've heard that on a T-shirt somewhere.
Yes, I'm sure you have. And it also allows us to create some unique experiences, what we refer to as interfaces, such as the specialty link you see here. Now, who is this for? I don't know, someone. A lot of new shooters say this helps them with finger placement. I don't like it, some people do. We also have the flat aggressive. And I mentioned we are starting with 12 different links, shapes, interfaces. We have 8 more coming in 2 months, and we're going to end the year with 30 different links.
Wow.
And the sky's the limit. We are trying to create this new system so people can tailor their gun to them. And this is an internal initiative we have at Bul Armory, which is basically says user modularity first. So we want to create the gun modular interfaces for you, not necessarily for us.
I got to say, from your previous lineups that you guys have had, it makes sense. It flows with what you guys have committed to in the past with making incredible 2011s at an amazing price point. I mean, seriously, some of the features that you see in these 2011s, you would find in extremely high-end pistols. And not to say that these aren't high-end in their features, but you don't charge that. And that's why I appreciate about it.
Thank you. We try really hard to deliver the most performance possible. And it's not just about fitting or accuracy, it's about things like this.
Yes.
Right? So this is launching, like I said, on all 2026 2 models, which are rolling out as we speak. You know, in a Bull fashion, our year starts around IWA, not SHOT Show.
Yeah.
We're trying to change that.
Yeah.
And as a standalone item, this will be available the end of Q1, which is coming soon-ish, but it's soon. In terms of pricing, because it's the US, I can speak about it with you. So for the bow, it's $55.
Okay.
For the regular interface link is $19.
Okay.
For the wide interface is $22, and for the specialty is $24.50.
Okay.
So the whole system is going to run you, depending on the link, around $70. We are launching with silver and black. And at the end of the year, more colors. Which colors? Probably gold, blue, red. But as with anything Bul Armory does, you guys let us know in the comments down below. I try to read everything, and we'll deliver whatever you want. If you want zombie green, which I like, we can do that as well. Classic firearms green, we can do that too. So moving on.
So I got one question with
Yes.
that. So obviously we talked about the wide interface and the advantages that would have. Why would someone pick a flat shoe over a curved shoe? And what have you seen that the public has really latched towards between those two?
Well, to be honest, me myself, I'm a curved link kind of guy.
Yeah.
My finger is
Mine
down.
goes to the left.
We can solve that.
Yeah.
But you know, some people do prefer a flat trigger, and it's probably due to their finger placement. So if you tend to place your finger really high because you have a very high purchase grip,
That's what I have.
a flat trigger might be for you, and it can be the opposite. You have a smaller hand, and you tend to place your finger downwards.
Then
You
you
might want a flat trigger.
Yeah.
And we have wide variants as well of those as well. I forgot to mention before, these will also fit a wide variety of other double stack 1911s on the market.
Okay.
They might require certain fitment depending on the platform, like the cheaper ones might require some fitment, the higher end not so much.
Yeah, that was my next question actually. Is it just these?
No. We're trying to create, this is going to be the USB-C of 1911 triggers.
I like that. That's a good line. All right, I see what you did there. Yeah. Everyone's moving over to it. Yeah, thank you, Europe. All right, what else do we have? All right, now we're moving on to the SOF model. Tell us about it.
So you might ask yourself, why is Bul Armory investing in new 1911, yes, 1911, not a double stack, 1911 model in 2026.
That was my exact thought when I saw this.
There you go. So we believe that there's a bridge, a gap in the market.
Yes.
With people that unfortunately reside in magazine-restricted states.
Okay.
So if you are, I'm sorry, but why get a double stack 1911 with a restricted mag when you could get a 1911 and run it the way John Moses Brown intended you to, as long as you get all the bells and whistles.
He's definitely up there.
Thank you. So this is what the SOF is. It's a completely modernized, a completely modern take, and I know it's been said before, of a 1911 with everything you might and want need. So basically this is the TAC version in a 1911 form.
Okay, that makes
so,
sense.
4 1/4 overall, flash and crown barrel. Our BIO optic system, it ships with 3 plates, so RMR, DPP, RMSC, to cover most optics on the market. We do have an acro plate that's sold separately for those people who want it.
Yeah.
Co-witness sights, regular trigger on the 1911 for now.
That
still,
was my...
For now, it's a different market, it's a different niche. If you guys want it, let us know. We'll make it.
Yeah.
Right?
Like you said, I was previously curved. Now you're moving over to the flat. So
well, with a link trigger, you have the benefit of always trying something new.
You're saying the link trigger can go in here?
Not yet. Not yet. I almost got me.
Yeah, you almost
Not yet. If you do want it for a 1911 platform, let us know in the comments.
Yes.
So back to the SOF.
Yes.
You get the benefit of the G10 grips, which are modular. You can switch them to aluminum, brass.
I love G10 personally.
Yeah, me too.
Yeah.
A different color if you want. You have a tactical mag wheel that comes with it. And basically all the bells and whistles you need in a modern fighting pistol.
Yes.
It's available in both the beautiful timeless stainless steel and a black PVD. It's going to be available mid-2026 in the US market. Pricing is going to be $1950 for the regular version, $2150 for the Pro version.
Got it.
And for you back at home who doesn't know what a Pro version means, if you see a Bul Armory pistol with a Pro designation, it means one thing, it is ported. So this one is a V8 ported barrel, still 4 1/4. You might want a regular barrel, you might want a ported barrel for the performance. Me, if I can cheat, I'll take it.
If I could speak on this porting real quick, I've been using the double stack 1911, 2011 style, you know.
The double stack 1911, I'm obligated to say it, you don't have to, you can say 2011.
With
it's
the
okay.
porting.
Yeah, so you've been running the TAC Pro 5.
Yes, the TAC Pro 5 for a little while now, and the first time I shot it, I thought, man, this thing's probably not going to cycle 115 grain, and it definitely won't be able to cycle a bunch of different load grain weights. And sure enough, it cycled the 115 grain, put some 147 in it. It handled it just fine. I was surprised. I'm like, okay, this is interesting. I definitely have seen other guns with this much porting have issues.
So, first of all, thank you. I'm not surprised because one of the things that is very important for us, especially with duty guns, self-defense guns, is for them to work in any condition, right? It is a given for us at least. So we do the R&D, we check all the available ammunition, and we configure the gun to work with that ammunition. With that being said, the reason we're good at it is because of the open guns.
Oh boy.
So
that's
a quick story. Yeah, race gun will take the attention from anyone, especially from me. So we will talk about this in a second.
Okay.
But the reason we have a lot of experience with ported and combed guns that run factory box ammunition is the open guns. So we are very known for, in the competition market, for having those open guns that run regular minor powder ammunition. And if you know IPSC, USPSA, you need to score a certain power factor, we call it major ammunition, for the scoring, right? So in Israel, where you don't have reloading, it's not legal, and we don't have major power ammunition, we train, shoot, and compete with minor power ammunition. And at a certain point in the late 90s, when we released the M5 jets, old guns, we kind of realized how to configure ports, comps, with regular box factory ammunition.
So now it makes sense. So most of the gun industry has been moving to ports and comps in the last few years, and you're like, hey man, we've been here. This is not anything new.
People forget we've been around for 30 years. Like the ports, the comps, it's a trend, it's coming back, it's cool, we love it, as everyone at home does. But we've been here a minute, and we've done it for a long time. Now, speaking of this beautiful race gun, this is the new for 2026 Fireball.
Ooh, that makes sense. It is the most skeletonized pistol I've ever seen.
And again,
there's no doubt about that.
I will let the B-roll speak for itself. So, without going too much into it, because unless you're an IPSC, USPSA geek, you don't need the whole details. Pretty much what it is a race gun configured to be as fast as possible in a division that allows you to tailor the gun to you as much as possible. So it's a 5-inch barrel with a one-piece comp, so it's not threaded on, will never go loose on you. This one doesn't have ports.
Quite the thumb ledge, I gotta say on that.
We're getting there. So, slide wrecker that is removable, toolless. You can put it on either side. This portion is interesting. This is the Pyrus optic mount. We also have a thumbless version for the limited optics pistols.
Okay.
But what's unique about the thumbless module itself, you can mount it in almost infinite positions. You can adjust it up and down, and you can actually reverse it to choose between two different textures.
I see, okay. Yeah, it's kind of a honeycomb versus this like stippling, a traditional stippling that you would expect.
Exactly, and this one is checkering, slightly more aggressive. This is the biggest thumbless on the market. And again, in a Bul fashion, we want you to tailor your gun to you.
Yeah, that's impressive.
So this is the Pyrus optic mount. It also incorporates the BAO optic system that we launched a couple of years ago. And basically it means you can mount any optic on the market. This one ships with 4 plates. So RMR, DPP, RMSC, RTS2, which is a more common competition optic in Europe and in other places. And you get those plates with the pistol.
Amazing.
CNC, world safeties, the aforementioned link trigger, big aluminum mag wheel, new magazine release button that we have, and
everything you need.
Everything you need, ready to race out of the box.
Wow.
3 magazines, 170mm length, which translates into 28+1. So no reloads unless you really have a long stage. This one is coming in a couple of months to the US. MSRP is going to be $39.50.
Okay.
Now, it sounds like a lot.
It does, comparatively though.
But if you look into open guns, this is basically you get half the price, all the performance, more modularity, ready to race out of the box. I will warn you, if you're not a competition shooter and you just want to get a fun gun, do know that this will spoil any other gun you have in the safe. So sorry, not sorry, but the Fireball is coming.
I think that's a great name for it. It definitely, I can imagine with those brakes on it, it lives up to it. Well, it's a one-piece brake, but multiple ports. It's got to live up to that name. Yeah. I got to say, so there were some other, like Ben was saying, there's some other open guns that were announced this week that were more expensive than that.
A lot more expensive than that.
So it sounds like a lot, but in that world, it's not quite. Very cool gun. I enjoy what you guys are doing over there. I can see what you can go a lot of different places with a pistol platform like that.
Yes.
And we have another one over here that
we step aside.
Is similar in its compensate. Well, in the fact that it has a compensator, but this actually has ports as well.
So you're correct. It is similar that it has the same DNA of our open guns.
Yes.
This is the TAC comp. Well, it doesn't need much introduction because this is probably a most sought after model, a much anticipated model in the US.
Yeah.
So I'll start by saying Guys, thank you so much for your patience. I have a lot of excuses.
Yeah.
We don't need them right now. It is coming Q1 2026. But for you at home who are not familiar with the TAC comp, basically a 5-inch overall gun with a hybrid barrel, which means it is both comped and ported.
Yes.
Still one piece, machine with the barrel, no threading. It has our BAO slide right optic system. This one, like the SOF, ships with 3 plates, so RMR, DPP, RMSC, Olsen K. It has the same safeties from the open guns. So usually when you have a comped gun, you want to shield the thumb from slowing down the slide in case you have a weird grip. Link trigger system. This one ships with 4 magazines of 20 plus rounds. All the optic plates that I mentioned. And for 2026, it is getting the new magazine release button and new magwell, which was slightly different for 25.
Yeah.
So we are upgrading it for 26 for the US market. We're receiving it soon. Pricing is going to be $29.90, which if you compare it to, I'm not going to mention names, still much cheaper, inexpensive, and you get a lot more performance and everything you need with the gun, more magazines, all the plates, ready to go out of the box, and all the options of the link trigger.
I love interviewing Ben because he answers all my questions sequentially. As I'm like, oh, there goes another one that I was going to ask. All right, I'm going to put pressure on you for one thing.
Go at me.
When is it coming to the U.S.?
I said Q1. I'm sticking to it.
Are you sure?
Look, this year it's all about under-promising, over-delivering. It was supposed to get to the US market like mid to late 25.
Yeah.
And like I said, a lot of excuses, war, stuff like that.
Yeah.
It affects a lot of things, more than you think.
Yeah, sure.
Permits, shipping, shipments. So I want to say sooner than you think.
Good. I'm excited to shoot that. I'm assuming we're going to have the same experience from I said shooting the TAC 5-inch, where we're going to think that, well, might not cycle certain grain lights and ends up actually doing it.
I'm trademarketing negative recoil.
Negative recoil. You heard it here. That makes sense. Like, I couldn't believe it here. And by the way, the recoil on this is on the TAC 5-inch, very minimal, right? I would say shoots like a 380 maybe, right? On this one, I can't imagine what you're shooting. Maybe a 22? I'm not sure.
Between the two, yeah.
I've got to try it myself. That's what there is to it.
We'll make it happen.
All right.
Thank you so much for stopping by.
Thank you, Ben.
Thank you guys back at home, and I'll see you again next year.
This guy, he does it every year. All right, guys, and here we are at Amsam. I've got Ibrahim with me. Ibrahim, thank you for taking the time.
Thank you also. So this is our brand new model, which is a modular pump action shotgun. So recently we are getting asked about anti-drone solutions, because people started to realize that a shotgun might be the most effective way for protecting yourself individually against a drone attack.
Yeah, it's practical and reliable. I mean, at the end of the day, that's what you want.
Yes, and it's cheap.
Yes, and it's cheap.
So we are getting asked lots of questions about this kind of situation. So this is the design solution we find out. So this is a modular pump action shotgun. Basically, it uses the same platform with our existing shotguns, so there's nothing different. So we are already taking lots of good feedbacks for years about our pump actions. So what we can do with this model is you can take this stock easily out.
And YouTube, just so you know, if anyone's watching from YouTube, that we are not disassembling a gun, a firearm. This is not a firearm. This is just a stock and a grip and Picatinny rail. That's all there is to it.
And also, this is the same stock which we use with our grenade launcher.
Okay. Yeah.
So customers can take it like 2 in 1 box with 1 grenade launcher, 1 pump action shotgun, and 1 stock. So you can use it all together, and you can put it under your rifle if it's an AR, because this is what we were trying to design, an AR style magazine and forend. You can put it under your rifle, and this can be your secondary option for door breaching, for drones. This has a short barrel and 3 capacity magazine, and 4 capacity can be for shorter cartridges.
Yeah,
Like-
I always have thought about that with master key guns. If you guys, like, if I was issued a gun with a master key on it, I would put a conversion at the bottom to be able to use mini shells.
Yes.
And then you're able to fit more in the tube and ultimately get more out of it. Because you're right, like 3 shells, it's all right. But
Yeah.
you know, a lot of people would like more ultimately.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So this is the first year. Maybe we can come up with this kind of a solution next year.
Yeah.
We will see. It's a good idea. I think. So this has a 10-inch barrel. So it means that the pellets will spread around in a 1 meter square in 15 to 20 meters. So it will give you a nice distance.
Yeah.
And the pellets can keep their energy till 50 meters because we made lots of tests, so you can take down a drone in this distance easily.
Nice. And it's also ammo dependent, I'm sure, right?
Yes, of course. And it gives you a chance to, you don't have to aim so precise. So it's an easier way to find your target.
I love the CQB application that you guys have designed for this with the breaching muzzle device on the front of it. I mean, it's pretty much like a do-all what you guys have created for the end user, which I'm assuming is their military units. Is that right?
Yes, exactly. I don't know if there's any civilian market which you can buy it because we are talking with customers and they are asking for this kind of options around the world. There are some countries we can import this product like this and some others may not. So,
I mean, within the U.S., the gun laws around short-barreled shotguns have made it so where it's cheaper. It's always been accessible, especially with E-forms now, but it is cheaper for the end user to be able to convert their gun or just purchase a short-barreled shotgun. So the demand is there within the U.S. market, but I know that there are, of course, importation, exportation issues for you guys on your end getting it into the U.S.
Yes, ATF rules are pretty strict in this case.
Have you guys tried to go through ATF yet to bring it into the U.S.?
In this way?
Yes.
No.
Okay.
Because rules are pretty clear in this way, we don't have to try.
Just wondering.
So we are talking with customers back and forth about how to deal with this situation because there are other ways to find solutions. I think our customers know better than us.
I can see a few ways of doing it. Yeah.
Yeah. So hope to see this in U.S. market also. This is what we would like to see actually.
Nice. I really like it. So this is not any of your normal pattern shotguns. This is proprietary to you guys, right? This is not like 870 or something.
No,
pattern.
This is our platform, and this is pretty reliable because we are using the same platform with our existing pump actions, and our pump actions are being used in Turkish military and other armed forces around the world, in other countries too. So we didn't want to change the system because of this. Actually, we didn't want to try something new because we are pretty confident about this.
Yeah, in the U.S. we have a saying, if it ain't broke, don't fix it. That definitely applies to your shotgun,
yes, the
right?
first rule of engineering, I
Yes,
think.
okay. So they have a similar saying. Okay,
yes.
That makes sense. It's universal.
Yes, exactly.
Well, so I like your foreign what you've done here to make it more modular for different users. I would personally just like more of a slim line. I'm assuming you're able to change this out pretty easily.
Yes, there is an M-Lock interface here. You can take this Picatinny rails and you can take this accessory like this grip here, so it can be much more slim and easy to manage, I think.
Nice.
Like users like you. And there are lots of accessories around for M-Lock interface, so you can modify it however you want.
All right, last question. What is the general price point for something like this?
Because this is the first year, so we didn't sell this product to anyone yet, and we are talking with customers how to deal with importing situations and such things. So this is why we don't have any price yet.
No price yet. Okay.
Yeah.
All
Sorry
right.
for not being able to answer this question.
No, that's fine, Ibrahim. Hey, I want to say thank you for taking the time to talk through this. You guys have a really cool product, and I hope you find a way of getting it to the U.S. so we can get our hands on it and make something like this. I'm sure you guys would like to see something like this on the channel with like an M4, quad rail, on the attached to the bottom. Camera guy, John shaking his head behind the scenes. Yeah, let's do it. That'd be awesome. Thank you.
Thank you too.
Guys, check out Amsam. All right, before we were leaving the booth, we were messing around and we decided to put a shotgun on the shotgun because, for when extra drones come at you and you just have to keep going. You can't stop. You can't do a mag change. You just got to keep going with the 12 gauge. So you switch to your master key for your regular key. And that's what do we have here? So what is this shotgun that we have? Though, what is the first shotgun that we have in front of us?
So this is our AK platform, full automatic gas-operated shotgun.
Oh, that's cool. Okay.
Which we already sold to Turkish military, like Turkish land forces, Turkish air forces, for different purposes. They are using the shorter barrel version for close combat situations, a longer barrel version, which is also adjusted for especially drone shells.
Okay.
Like, they are a little bit more heavy for anti-drone purposes. So this gun has a field experience, so it took us years to go in the military requirements, actually.
Wow. So this is what Turkish military uses for drone warfare in particular?
Yes, and it's not a recent situation. I mean, for years.
It's been a while.
Yes, it's been a while. I think more than 5-6 years we supply the same product, and we developed many things on this gun with military guys. So this is it. Generally, a reliable AK shotgun. So we made 5,000 shots with this gun to pass through the military tests, and the failure rate required was 3 failures in each 1,000 shots. So it wasn't easy to catch with a shotgun cartridge, which has a plastic case and a full auto. They are not testing this gun in semi-auto mode. They are testing all of them in full auto mode.
Yeah, that's impressive.
So it was not easy to, as I said.
Oh, of course, no, that is impressive. And the fact, I mean, yes, you have a great platform to work on that with, right? Obviously, the AK design, I mean, is reliable, it's true. But obviously, converting that to 12 gauge, it's not a one-to-one. You can't just look at it and go, well, because it's an AK, it's just going to run. There's nuances there, and the fact that you guys made it that reliable and modular, where you can do interesting things like this, I mean, you knocked out the park. Yeah, I'm excited to see this more.
Of course, this is not the main purpose of this modular platform,
of course
but
not.
This is the way we can show this to people right now. So we are pretty proud of this result here and our success in military. So also, this is the only shotgun in Turkey which you have a NATO stock number.
Okay, interesting.
Yeah.
All right.
So it has a NATO stock number because to go in the military officially, you need to pass through these tests and take the stock number and etc. So
it's reliable. It is the point behind it.
And every change required on this product has to known by military, because we supplied them 1,000 units, so they want to know each change, each revision.
Wow.
Yeah, so kind of like we are working together for a while about the design and about the functionality, their needs and everything.
It sounds like you guys have a demanding end user, and this thing it does what it says it's going to do.
Yes, exactly.
Yeah. Ibrahim, thank you.
Thank you too.
Guys, check out Amsam. Thank you for taking the time, and stay tuned for more IWA 2026 footage. God bless. Guys, we are at the Victrix booth now. I've got Daniela with me. Daniela, thank you for taking time.
So welcome to the Victrix booth.
Yeah.
Also this year.
Yeah.
This year we are presenting some models, but this is the more interesting, in my opinion. So it's the Kinetic, and it's made for PRS. Okay. So it's the final gun for PRS shooting from Victrix, of course.
So you think this is like the epitome of PRS shooting that you guys can bring to the marketplace?
Yeah, exactly.
Okay.
So starting, of course, from the line of fire, we have stainless steel, bolt action, barrel, and muzzle brake.
Wow. How many ports is that? One, two, three, 4, 5, 6. Wow, that is crazy. I'm not sure I've ever seen that many ports on a muzzle brake before.
No, so that's why we put it on this rifle, because as you can see, it's a very strange design, a shining design. So we want to do something different from what you used to see. Okay.
To say the least, it stands out. I mean, it is obviously as much as it is functional, it's a piece of artwork. Which is normal for what you guys do.
It's normal for us.
Yes.
So stainless steel for all the line of fire.
Okay.
3 large bolts with PVD coatings, very smooth.
Very smooth.
The trigger, of course, is from Victrix, so it's our own trigger. Single stage, 400 grams, a little bit adjustable.
One question with the bolt. So one thing I've noticed with each of your rifles that we've shot, well, we've handled over the years, is that the bolts are incredibly smooth, like something more than I've ever seen before in other bolt guns. Is that because of the PVD coating that you guys put on there?
Yeah, of course, it's for the PVD and also for the machining board behind. Yeah, so
okay,
that's the both. So
they both work hand in hand.
Yeah, exactly.
To make it happen.
And then we have all this new chassis.
Okay.
So new buttstock with quick adjustments for cheek piece and butt pad. Also in a vertical direction here.
Nice, very cool.
Slider with Picatinny attachment, so you can remove it, you can move it. So
on a bag or anything else. Yeah, make it easy.
And QD mount here, folding system, so standard from Victrix for transport and cleaning.
That makes
so
sense.
It's easier. Adjustable thumb rest here, ambidextrous, of course.
Love adjustable thumb rest. Like that's one of those like little details that's small but makes a massive difference when shooting, especially long term.
Yeah. And then we have this monoblock chassis. So it's one-piece chassis.
Okay.
With hemlock here on the sides and also here.
Oh yeah.
For these weights, additional weights. Yeah. And then we have arc rail and unshoots, of course, for bipods and etc. And then this kind of wings for balance, weight, and also for your shooting bag.
Amazing. I just gotta say, every time we come over here and see a rifle, we've been coming here for about 4 years now. Each time there's something just beautiful, but also functional like this, and blows me away every time. And you guys did not disappoint this year. Clearly, with a PRS gun, I think of honestly all of your guns as long range, of course, right? But the fact that you guys actually made a dedicated PRS system for the shooter, all in one, take it home, you're ready, is really cool. I like that.
So. As you say, this is the standard configuration you receive, except of course from the scope and the bipod. But you have the slider, the thumb rest, the handguard, and 4 weights. So you have a complete kit for PRS.
And for a lot of myself and many others, I'm sure, have not competed in PRS matches. Why would you need a handguard on the front of it? I'm sure it adds weight, of course, but is there any functional reason besides that? I think of like thermals, clip-ons. Is there anything
sometimes
else?
There's also some competition at night, maybe.
Okay.
So could be, not very much, but could be.
Yeah.
So it's better to have it.
Yeah, you want to give them the option if they want
exactly.
it. Yeah,
you can remove it so if you don't need it.
Amazing.
Yeah.
All right. Thank you for taking the time, man.
Thank you.
Always good to come over here and check out what Victrix has to offer every single year. And you guys, like I said, didn't disappoint.
Yeah.
All right, guys, check out Victrix Armament. All right, guys, and here we are at Lucansky. I've got Victor with me. Victor?
Hey, nice to meet you, buddy.
Thank you for taking the time. Nice to meet you. But we actually met up with Victor last year. We went through the Lucansky, and a lot of the guns that they had coming out, the Stinger 9, the 4-inch model, and then you had a little bit larger barrel length as well. I'll have some B-roll, you can see the larger one. But now you have some new stuff coming out and even longer barrel lengths. But really, what's happened over the past year since we've last spoke?
All right, so obviously you can see the red dot right now. So we're releasing this red dot this spring for the European market, right? So it's a Acro footprint, and also is in the same category like Acro, so it's robust and also it's waterproof, like 10 meters. We're doing pressure test. Every single piece is tested in our facility. We're talking about 3 MOA dot plus 65 MOA circle, all right? As I told you, there is Acro footprint, but we have our own mount that is included in the price, right?
Yeah.
And here you can see small M-lock slot, right? So for the 4-inch version, there is not enough space for the accessories. You can put their laser or the light, right? So obviously T10 Torx, right?
And so what is the big difference between this and other enclosed optics on the marketplace right now?
So look, the price is slightly below the Acro, right? And mostly the durability. And yeah, there were some things we were not happy on the market, I would say, all right?
Yeah.
And how the glass is put inside the system. Yeah. So we changed a bit this one, and for the PCC, for the market where we are, it's good to go, you know?
Awesome. Yeah, no, I really like it. I mean, I like the aesthetic of it. I think that there are some things that could be improved with the enclosed red dots that are currently on the marketplace.
Absolutely.
So I'm excited to see that in use more and see how well it holds up long term. Yeah.
So other thing, it's our 16-inch version. You know, like some countries that need to comply with their gun laws in Europe were screaming for this, so we made it. Also, IPSC, obviously the sport shooting scene, PCC categories, they wanted it, so we did the 16-inch version. As you can see, the rail up here, it's clean, right? So you can grab it, like your C-clamp, right?
Yes.
So, and on this version, you can see these red accessories. It's made by the company Manul Corp. It's from Czech Republic. Yes. Okay. It's from Czech Republic. Nice. You'll probably tag them down below, right? And they make the controls of the gun a bit smoother, you know. We made a gun so the aftermarket can jump on it, right? So it's happening right now. All right.
I like what you guys are doing. I mean, so this is the same operating system that we've seen in the I believe that was 8 or 9 inch. Version, and then the 4-inch version. 8. So 8 and the 4, same operating system, just longer barrel ultimately. What are you seeing with that 16-inch? Like, are you seeing lower recoil because of that? Obviously, competitive shooters wanted it for their common use case. Do you see any other uses outside of that?
I mean, look, it's 16-inch, 9mm PCC. You know, ballistics is not so great there, but especially comply with the law, you know. And
that's what I was getting.
But there were a few hunters that were asking about it here. You know, I'm not familiar with that. I would like to use a bigger caliber to kill something, right?
Yeah, of course.
I mean. Anyway,
I was thinking too that I was thinking, mainly gun laws might be one of the takers behind it, because I'm sure there's different places, especially if you guys are looking to bring this in the U.S. This might not be as accessible for certain states as this one would be. So I know that's always been the goal since we last spoke. Eventually, bringing these firearms to the U.S. Where are you guys in that process right now?
So we're waiting for the approvals from ATF, and by the time of NRA show this year, we would like to be approved. Hopefully, let's pray, right?
That's awesome. No, that's really good. I was expecting that it might take even longer. Like the fact that you guys might have it by NRA, that's exciting.
Look, that's the time frame we're aiming for, right? Like we want to bring this to U.S. customers as soon as possible, so they can have really good modular PCC in a good price point, like reasonable value. Like what can I tell you about it? And I would just continue with the magazine, right? So as we spoke last year off camera, I just told you that CZ Scorpion Evo Mag, it's basically Lucansky Mag version 1, right? So, and I would say this is like V2 because Mr. Lucansky went back and like improved his design, you know, like some time passed by. He did other projects, you know. There was Alien, obviously.
Of course.
So, all, like part of the team worked on that as well before, right? So, and we're now building this. So now we have these magazines that are more reliable because, like, the feed lips are changed. Also, this small line is putting the bullets a little bit together, you know, squeezing them. So, and it's helping leading the follower the right direction, you know, and it's smooth. I love it. I shot through it a lot of rounds. Like we're talking about probably more than 1,000, you know, in a very short period of time. I'm spending a lot of 9mm with a Stinger because it's a hell of a fun, you know. So awesome. And it's reliable. So far, never had a problem with the Mac. And also, you can mark your numbers here.
Yeah, dot matrix, kind of like similar thing down there at the bottom.
Yeah, dot matrix, but more like 80s style, you know.
Yeah.
If you like Metal Gear Solid,
I do.
you know, 80s, 90s, right?
Yeah.
So.
Put a little like snake caution symbol, you know, above me. Yeah, like when you're excited about it. And so for these mags, what did you experience with the Gen 1 that really pushed you into the Gen 2? Was it, you said durability, what was it within there?
Yeah, so the feed lips were not holding up really well. Like you can use it like I would say, I don't want to say hobby shooter, but any shooter that is just going like mostly plinking on the shooting range can use it, but you cannot abuse it, right? And I was speaking about value before, and I think you should be able to abuse your stuff, you know?
Yeah,
I mean,
what you're saying.
so, and it's just like 30 round 9mm mag, and I think it shouldn't break immediately when you drop it on the ground, right? So that's what we changed. And also the design, as I mentioned, the line that is squeezing together the bullets and leading the follower, right?
Yeah.
So
makes sense. So I'm excited for this to come to US. I'm excited for each of these products, but what have you guys experienced with the Stinger 9 in Europe in the past year since release?
So we are number one on our markets right now in the PCC category in this price point, right? So sales are better than we were expecting, and we are number one. So what can I tell you? Like we just need to boost the production and like comply with the ATF and happily arrive to the US finally, right?
I was gonna say take on the US market. I think what you guys have for that price point. And by the way, what is the price point for the 16-inch and the 4 and the 8? Just so people know at home.
There is no difference on the price point.
Okay.
Yeah, no difference at all, right?
Awesome.
Like we're still talking below $1,000.
Below $1,000.
That's what I'm saying, right?
For what you guys have within this PCC for $1,000, I don't really think there's anything on the market that competes. Well, there are some things that compete with it. I don't think they're as feature rich as what you guys have here. So I'm excited to get those into the US and to test them on video on our channel. We've been talking to Lucansky behind the scenes, and we're excited to do this in the future. This is going to be a big video. We're actually doing a PCC showdown in the coming months. We're going to be testing all big name PCCs in the market. Lucansky, the Stinger 9 might come in after that video, but we're going to compare those top contenders to this PCC at the end when we actually get the PCC, the Stinger 9 into the US. So I'm excited to do that. I'm excited to be working with you guys more. Victor, thank you for taking the time, man. All right, guys, and here we are at Tink Arms, and I've got Peter with me. Peter?
Yeah, nice to meet you.
Thank you. Thank you for taking the time. And we've got a really cool rifle in front of us, and it reminds me of something that won a contract recently. What do we have?
Basically this gun, this rifle is our take on the KS1.
Yes.
We call it the Tink Arms MS British. So it it carries a lot of features that KS1 carries. One of the most important that we see at the moment is the way that we operated the gases. So it's still direct impingement system, but we move the gas block as forward as it's possible. It's a 13.7 inch barrel, so to get as much speed of the projectile as we can behind it. The profile of the gas chamber is really high, so we can put in the straight gas tube.
That makes sense. So it's not a mid-length, it's not a rifle, it's somewhere in between. It's its own gas length ultimately.
Yeah. Basically, it's really long position of the gas chamber based on the length of the barrel itself.
Yeah, and that's going to make it softer shooting ultimately, having that gas tube out further.
Yeah, of course, and having a short dwell time also decreases the amount of pressure buildup that goes back into the gas tube and then into bolt carrier group.
Yes.
It gives you a really sweet impulse. It doesn't give you so much of backsplash of the gases when it shoots suppressed. We also did the MFT suppressor with the size that fits the KS1 specifications,
Nice.
and of course with a heat shield,
Blast shield.
as a protection, additional protection.
No, I love this. I mean, the aesthetics of this gun are beautiful. When you look at it, I mean, I get where it's coming from, of course, where you guys got the idea.
Yeah.
But no, I mean, you have full ambi controls built within there, and I can just tell from looking at it, it's going to be a soft shooting gun from everything that you guys have designed around it.
Yeah, for sure, you're right about this. We try to upgrade it to everything that we know and can produce. So you have the QD mounts that are not from aluminum, but that are still QD mounts. You have a 3-point QD mount in the back. Of course, ambi bolt catch, anti-bolt release function is standard with all the Tink Arms rifles, basically.
Nice.
And FDA, it looks sexy. What I can say.
Exactly. Yeah, and so you guys, is this your standard trigger in here?
Oh no, this is something that I forgot to mention for you. So basically we have the new trigger. It's 3-in-1, but to see what we made out of it, I think we better move to the different section.
Let's go check it out. All right, and here we are checking out the Oras trigger. What do we have?
Well, basically this is our take on the 3-in-1. Usually when you try to mix three things in one, it never succeeds, but I think that our engineers get the better side of everything. So basically what do you get? You get a one trigger with three different springs that give you three different results. So we have a tactical, sport, and performance trigger. We do equip our rifles with a factory setting of a sport, and we differentiate them based on the power that you need to initiate the shot. So
what is the lowest pound trigger, I guess?
This is a really, it's performance, I call it razor.
Yeah.
For a reason, the guy that raises itself knows what I'm talking about. This is around 3.2, 3.4 lbs. When it gives up to the shot. Then we have the middle one, the sport one. This is around 4.2 lbs. And then we have the tactical. It's around 5.5 lbs, and these all three, of course, all the triggers with all three setups are two-stage triggers. So our motto is 3-in-1, one trigger, two stages, three missions. So you have one trigger that is a two-stage trigger that can fit three of the missions that any shooter can be involved with. So something really precise, something sporty, and something that bears law enforcement in mind.
Yeah. No, I got to say, I like the idea behind all these. There's so many different ways to make an adjustable trigger, right? Going at the spring makes it so where it's more of a hard use trigger, right?
Yeah.
If you physically change out that spring, it's not like it's going to accidentally walk out. If it's a pin that you put in to adjust the trigger that way.
You get so one trigger is already inside. You get the two colored sets of springs, so you distinctively know which one fits which setup. So you cannot. It's really simple. You don't need to be atomic engineer to know how to change it. It's really simple.
Yes,
it's
it
really
is.
simple.
It is very simple. And for anybody who doesn't have drop-in triggers at home, you've taken apart one of these and you know how they work. Yeah, pretty simple.
It's nice to have somebody being able to witness our improvement and progress in the last 4 years. You are with us from year one, so we're really happy to have you here again.
Yeah, for those of you who don't know, we actually put, I think it was the Perun as like first or second gun of all of the show.
It was in the first year was the first rifle, the best innovation. It's still here, it's going strong, and I have a feeling you will see it in the United States really soon.
I really hope so. So there's the Perun X16 that you guys have, which is the 5.56, you know, akin to this, but not the same operating system. And then we have the Perun 17, and that's more of your 308 style. And that is really cool. I like what you guys have done, fully ambi, and it's side folding, so you don't have to worry about anything with buffer tubes. There's massive advantages to what you guys have. Even just look at this handguard over here. The fact that you can have it that low and close to the barrel makes it so where if you have a laser and you want to stick it out, like you can easily just clamp down and activate your laser when you need to. You can have, you don't even really need a pressure pad like you do with most AR-15s.
No. It bears a lot of benefits. It was made, as we said many times, to address some of the known issues of AR-15 platform, and it's doing a really good job.
Yeah, and are these triggers going to be in there as well, and other ones moving forward?
They already are.
They are. Okay.
They already are. If you go back to the triggers, this setup, the idea behind it is to significantly increase the value of our rifles.
Yes.
We don't want to enter the trigger business, but increase the value of our rifle. So if you get this trigger integrated in our rifle, it costs you 95 euros.
Wow.
So it's really a decent price point, but not to earn something, but to improve the value of a rifle to the shooter.
So you
the
get
most important thing for us.
Yeah. So you get a rifle, and so you have the tactical trigger within there, and you want the performance. How does that work exactly? As far as the springs, does it come with the springs, or do you buy them separately?
No. You get everything in one bag.
Okay.
Basically, you get a bag with the 2 additional sets of springs because one of the triggers is already in your rifle. You can already order specific from the factory. All you just get 2 sets of springs, so you can adjust it, and of course the plan how to change it.
Yeah.
The instructions. Sorry. English obviously not my first language, but it's not also the third, so I could do better in this time after so much time. Yeah.
No. I appreciate you going through this, kind of walking us through what you guys are doing and innovating in. Like we talked about earlier, they always have something new. Last year there was a beautiful piston-driven gun you can see behind us. This year we've got the British and many like it, and then also advancing triggers. I like what you guys are doing.
The engineers need to get their paycheck from somewhere.
Exactly.
Gonna throw things at me. No, I'm the only non-engineer in the company, so everything is about how it works, how it looks, how the finishes looks, and stuff like this. About research and development, and they're doing a good job. We have already plans for next year for 2 new rifles. Now I set the pace for them, so they know it is official. Now they must provide it till next IWA because we're gonna take their word for it.
That's awesome.
Yeah.
Well, I'm excited to see what you guys have coming out. Peter, thank you for taking the time.
Thank you for meeting you again. Thank you for your support.
Yeah, guys, check out Tink Arms. All right, guys, here we are at Simway. They have a pretty cool firing system to be able to train with like hunting apparatus, like out in the woods. We actually did this last year, and Auburn and I did a competition with Ian from Forgotten Weapons. We had it so much fun, and now Brandon and I are going to do it here today.
Downrange. I'm excited to try this out.
Can't put the barrel. Can't put the barrel on. Can't flag him. You ready, Brandon? Quiet woods. Oh, we didn't have that many shots. Oh, we only had 4. We just annihilated 1 boar. That 1 boar. Fire to scope. Oh shoot, I already shot. Oh no. Oh no. That's it. Oh.
You actually almost got me, even though you wasted a shot.
Almost.
Ready?
Yeah.
Oh.
Ooh, it's neck and neck. It's neck and neck.
That last one I got like 46 points on.
Oh, I think I got the kill.
Oh.
Okay.
Yeah, because look, you got way more than this round. You end up beating me.
Yeah. All right. It's not over. How many more rounds is it?
That's it.
Oh, that was the final round.
Holy crap. Just saying, accuracy.
Dude. I did shoot into the ground when I didn't know. I mean, there is that. That's part of it. Guys, this is a really cool training system. I like what you did. Most of the time we see these like tactical training systems when we do these shows. This is honestly a way more fun, and I think a lot more practical for most people.
Yeah, I agree. Yeah.
Awesome, man. Well, thank you for having us over here and doing this. Appreciate it. Brandon, what do you think?
I thought that was awesome. I kind of want to go for round 2, but
let's do it. Let's do it. Yeah, this is going to be an all-day thing. And guys, here we are at Scalarworks. I've got Phil with me. Phil,
Welcome.
Always happy to come over here and check out your new products. For those of you who don't know, we use Scalarworks many times on the channel. Their mounts are some of the best on the market. There's no exaggeration there whatsoever.
Thank you very much.
And you guys are just pushing the boundaries even further with this new set that you have in front of you. Is that right?
Yes, onwards and forwards. So last year we debuted our 226 micro mount. So one of the things that we're known for is, if you can hear it on mic there,
yes.
That's our click drive, which is our proprietary QD system. It's ultra lightweight, ultra low profile, so same size on both sides. So if you run reciprocating charging handles or a lot of nylon gear, it won't catch on any of that, won't wrap your knuckles.
Yeah.
The Leap 2 specifically is our 226 height mount, and it is extendable. So last year we debuted the mount, it had the extension points built in, and now we've got the extension bars. So there's a short, long, and then there is the double for the full setup, so magnifier and laser. Has shear lugs built into it for added torsional resistance, and basically puts the magnifier and the optic at a 157 height so that you can use any standard magnifier, and it will clear the vast majority of lasers that we've tried up to now.
Also like anything personally that pushes the laser a little bit higher so I can get hand clearance.
Yep.
So I appreciate it for that reason. Is this compatible with your previous generations like 193?
No, it is not.
Like, I figured.
So some people have asked for 193, but honestly the difference between 226 and 193 is substantial enough that you'd barely be raising your laser at all to, at that point, just put it on your rail. You probably should be mounting it further forward, or if you don't run a C grip, then you can just put it kind of anywhere you want. If you do, well, it's not going to happen. But also the attachment points weren't on the previous mounts, so which is also why I instead of just calling this a Leap 1 226 height, I call it a Leap 2 so there wouldn't be any confusion. So this one extendable, Leap 1s, they're on their own, they're not going anywhere. And those are just the way they are.
Yeah, I have a Leap 1 and 193. Absolutely love it. My T2.
Same. Yeah.
Fantastic mount. Yeah. And that makes sense with the Leap 2. It's like, all right, you get more modularity. Next generation Leap 2 makes sense.
Plus with the added height, you have room for this. I mean, this is why this stuff didn't exist in the past, is that we didn't have tall mounts in the past. As they go taller, you realize.
We're back. Audio cut out for a second there, but we were talking about the Leap 2 and the next generation of higher mounts.
Yep. So, and speaking of that, so this is our first 226 height mount, which is our EOTech mount. And the novel thing that it does, if I can find it, is it takes the built-in QD mount that comes with the EXPS, which a lot of people don't know. You can remove. It's just 4 screws. Most of them just come right off. There are the occasional ones that are like hella Loctited in there, so don't over-exert yourself. If you have an issue, reach out to us. But the vast majority of people just take them off. It's not a problem. And then what that allowed us to do is to replace this with this, which now as well is a 226 riser, which is very popular. But it will let you put a Picatinny rail on the back, which is included with the mount. So then you can then have a single setup with your magnifier and the EXPS. But the real party trick is you kind of have to be here in person. As if you were to take a riser and this mount, the weight difference is insane.
It is.
Basically, this weighs 1 gram more than just this. So essentially, you're getting all of that other stuff, including the riser aspect, for free. Well, weight-wise, for free.
Yes. Yeah. I got to say, there's a million ways to skin a cat when it comes to rising EOTechs, right? I've seen a lot of them in the market. Most of them involve a riser, like you've showed in the past.
And we make one of these as well. And you can just slap that on there, use the built-in QD, but you're adding weight, and you're using their QD. And that's just extra. So if you know that this is the setup that you want, and you want the slickest, lightest version, this is it.
When I first saw this, I believe it was SHOT Show 2025.
I think
is that right?
No, I think we launched this in maybe. Oh, you know what? 25 would be 24. No, I think in 24 is when we first showed it. I don't even remember. It was either 24 or 25.
We'll roll the footage. We'll figure out. Yeah, we'll go look through old SHOT Show content.
We just showed a prototype as kind of like, hey, what do you guys think of this?
Exactly.
And people went bananas for it.
Yeah,
so I was like,
one of those
okay.
people.
All right. So
because no one had done it this way before. And one thing I appreciate that you guys do on your site is you show the different weights. We're doing different methods and how you basically save so much weight on your way of doing it. And it looks at it from a logical perspective of, hey, here's why we do it, because it works.
Exactly. I mean, like putting that information just right there, so you don't have to, go reference a bunch of websites and stuff like that, is just helpful. It's like, look, this is why we did this. Look at the difference. If this is meaningful to you, then maybe it's something you should consider.
Exactly. I really like that. So I like what you do with the magnifier as well. Anything that makes it so where my magnifier mount isn't sticking out and getting in the way of the charging handle. Just imagine if you had a charging handle on the backside here. Normally, if you have a QD mount, it makes it so. I mean, I put my magnifier as far back as I possibly can.
Well, yeah,
right?
I really found magnifiers is their kind of Achilles heel,
Exactly. So it gets in the way of the charging handle. So whenever you have some quick detach mount like that, which doesn't inhibit the function of me grabbing onto that charging handle, regardless if it's ambi or not, I like it. So knocked you out of the park there with that one.
Thank you. So next up is our fuse mounts. So we debuted these last year. They are in production, actually for sale. Available in 30, 34, 35, and 36 millimeter. Okay. They have the
36.
Zero compromise, KLS, a couple others. It's really something when you look through one of those scopes. And we hear more and more that a lot of people are moving to those bigger sizes for a lot of reasons and stuff like that. So we thought, hey, maybe once we'll actually be ahead of the curve, and here we are. So all of our mounts share the same top dot mount ring interface. So right now we have RMR and Acro. We have RMSC, which is also Delta Point Pro compatible, coming soon. And then the mounts have 2 attachment points on the side, so you can have a 45-degree offset mount, which you were also showing. We debuted this at SHOT Show. This will be shipping later this year.
Very smart.
And our new dive board. It's a one-piece. In our experience, I mean, we tried. I really wanted to make a modular diving board, but it's not rigid enough. So in the end, we had to go with a one piece just because of the weight and how far forward. For a red dot, it's no problem. But the amount of leverage that one of these lasers puts onto the ring, a one piece is really the way to go.
It's very demanding. And then on top of that, I mean, you don't want any point of impact shift whatsoever with these. It's because of
with the red dot, it's much more forgiving because in the end, it's like, well, the dot is like 2.5 MOA, and you're shooting relatively close, probably relatively fast, so you're probably fine. But with this thing, if you're aiming out to like 1,000 yards, 2,000 yards, and some of the high speed guys go even further than that. It's like no, it's got to be where it's got to be. But we were able to put another attachment point in this one, so now you can have this 45 degree like this.
Okay, so what I'm seeing is that I've been, like I said, using Scalarworks for a while. What you guys did in the past was you lightened up the mounts. You found a solid way of doing that, and then you said, all right, for the next generation, we're going to make everything modular. We're going to take that same technology and push the boundaries so you can use all your favorite attachments, and there's an ecosystem ultimately to it.
That's where it's going now. Like in the past, everyone would, probably just because of the doctrine that existed. It was like, well, this is the height mount that you use, and this is how it is, and basically your only choice was what optic you put on it. And then as things evolved and people took some risks and tried different things, they realized, no, I should kind of be catering to the way I shoot, and everyone shoots, not everyone, but enough people shoot different ways that there's no one size fits all. So just like there's different heights, and then now there are also different setups. So, a lot of people like the 45 degree offset, some people like the top dot. There's no reason why you can't have both setups on the same, both options on the same mount.
I'm a top dot user. I appreciate that. And I honestly appreciate this whole lineup that you showed us so far.
Thank you so
Is there anything else?
Well, last thing would be, I guess, this MDT level. Okay. So, we also have that going on there. So later this year, that will be able. Oh, and I almost forgot. The long range mount.
Yes, that's what I was thinking.
So this is the fused long range mount. So, the ones that we have right now can absolutely be used with any size scope. There's no limitations there. But they are 0 MOA. So this one is a 20 MOA base.
Nice.
and it's flat. It doesn't have the cant in the front, which a lot of people with bolt actions especially don't need that forward offset.
Yeah.
So and this will be shipping later this year.
Awesome. Well, like I said, really smart way of approaching each one of these products and the best way of mounting them. Phil,
Hey, thank you so much.
thank you for taking the time. Guys, check out Scalarworks, and hopefully we'll be seeing more of them on the channel soon. I guess those guys came over and dropped it on their guns. Hey guys, here we are at the Rossi booth. Brandon's with me, and we saw a pretty cool little 22. This is the 22 section of Rossi, and it was we looked up, it was the 7022, and we couldn't find anything about it. We'd seen other things from Taurus on their RS line, and it's because it has a different name in the US. It's the RS22. And personally, I haven't shot this. I haven't really seen much of them.
Nope. I mean, this looks awesome. So, of course, if you're into 22 shooting, which is always fun to plink, you have a mag release built in to the actual mag. So that's very interesting.
Yeah, so it actually activates, there is a mag release in the gun, right?
Yep.
But what this does, similar like your 1022, if you guys are familiar with that, but what it does is this just actuates it. It's kind of cool.
I bet you this would take some of those older style 22 mags, just like if you took this back piece off here, this whole bottom piece, I bet you it'd just work in there, and that's why there's a mag release. That's interesting. So some of your old stuff might work. You also have a dovetail, and then on top of that is a Picatinny row kind of clamped onto the dovetail, which I thought was really neat. So you want to swap that out, you can. You have Picatinny on the bottom.
Threaded barrel. That was a big thing I saw. I was like, man, I want to suppress this thing.
Yep. And then, of course, you throw a brace on there, and this would be a fun gun to shoot.
Or stock.
That's true. That's true.
I limit options, you know.
Out here, I don't think they have the same rules. I think they can just put a stock on it anyway.
That is true. That's a good point. But I mean, the point is you get a concealable package, right? With this little 22 6-inch barrel, which I thought was pretty cool. I mean, you could go smaller.
You could.
know?
You could.
I can go smaller.
Yeah.
Moving on. All right, guys, here we are at Navy Arms. I've got Val Forget with me. Val,
good to meet you.
Thank you for taking the time, man. I really appreciate it. This just stopped me here. I was walking by and saw an FRF2. Had to stop. I was actually thinking it was going to be some kind of conversion that someone basically took, a different gun and then made it look like an FRF. And he educated me that these are actual French sniper rifles that have been imported, and you are selling them in the U.S. Is that right?
That is correct. We bought all of the surplus guns that the French government retired in 2019. They originally retired 500 of them, of which 250 were for the European market, 250 were for the U.S. market. We bought those 250. Last year, they surplused the last 2,000, of which it's our understanding 1,300 went to the Ukraine, and we bought the balance of them. So there's 700 pieces. They vary in condition from what you see, which is virtually brand new, to obviously very used condition. We also have the original Scrum J8 scopes, of which those we might have around 150. So what we did is we brought in the best 150 pieces to start, to marry them up with the original ones for collectors, and then we also do refurbished versions of the original guns in lesser condition, and there we offer the scope mount that has the pick rail on it so that you can put any kind of scope you want on. You put a Night Force, Schmidt & Bender, anything for the long-range shooter, which is what these were designed for.
First of all, great job getting your hands on these. These are so cool.
I was very lucky. My father started our business and was very well known in our industry. He had some very old contacts still in the French government that I was able to reach out to bring that home. It did take a fair amount of time to do that. But what that's resulted in is a number of other surplus guns we're able to bring in now from the French Army and from the French Gendarmerie that we're able to bring to U.S. consumers and also consumers worldwide.
Amazing. So it doesn't end here, but for a lot of viewers at home, this is a unicorn gun, this is something where a lot of people have seen it, and it could be a movie, could be a video game even, or possibly seeing it on the battlefield in some way, and they wanted it themselves. And now you guys are providing that for people, which is so cool. What would be the price point for these within the U.S.?
Sure. So the original gun itself, in excellent condition as you see it, The top ends are about $9,000, and with if you buy the scope with it, it takes it to $10,000.
Gotcha.
But then for the lesser condition guns, for the ones that we've refurbed, they're considerably less money because, as you know, a collector piece in mint condition always commands a much higher value than those at a lower one or in a refurb.
Without a doubt.
Correct.
Yeah. So, just exciting stuff, and these are chambered in 7.62x51, is that correct? But you have some other ones that are in different calibers?
No, they're all in the same caliber, but the FRF2 was started out its life, well, obviously, as a MOS 36 receiver that they've scaled up. But the original version of this gun was called the FRF1, which the French government made in 7.5 French, and it looks like this gun.
Okay.
Which had the wood forend.
Yeah.
So what we did. Oh, thank you.
Yeah, here you go.
Oh, here, I'll just.
That works.
So what we did is we put the original forends back on. We left it in 7.62x51, and we refinished it exactly as these were done by GIGN, which were the French National Special Police.
That's amazing.
Yeah. And they refer to this gun as the FRG1, which is the designation we're going to utilize on it as well. So these guns will be available as well. And then lastly, the Mac 50 pistols, which was the standard sidearm of the French Army, pretty much from the 1950s through the 80s, 90s, 2000s, still used by the French police. They've taken them out of service, and as they have been surplus to the U.S. market, we've been able to successfully obtain all of the guns that they surplus on an annualized basis.
And so what is the price point for this rifle and then for the pistol that people can find?
So the FRG1, there you go, I had to remember it. The retail full MSRP is $7,995.
Okay.
And again, we do have a map, but I don't remember what the map is, but check with your local dealer. And on the Mac 50s, MSRP on the FG prefix guns, which are the most common guns, is $995. And we do have a very small quantity of what are called letter prefix guns. And the original guns that were built in France, they started with A prefix, B prefix, and they would do 10,000 guns per letter. And then after they got to the end, they just marked them FG. And they also had FH later, but FGs are the most predominant ones. So that's like your inland carbine as a comparison versus a Winchester or a Saginaw or something like that.
So many different ones, yeah.
Exactly. So it's similar in terms of price point on those.
I've always thought of these as almost like a French high power.
Correct.
From the look
Correct.
of them, and external extractors like an early high power.
Correct.
And one thing that's cool, I've shot these a couple times before. These are 9mm, is that correct?
That is correct. 9mm, 9 rounds, and a cure and relic, so it's legal in all 50 states.
Amazing.
Even with the SAFE Act in New York, even in California.
Very cool. I really like that pistol. These are the ones that just blow my mind that you got your hands on these.
We're not the biggest importer, we're not the 5th biggest importer, but what we try to do is bring really unusual stuff to the market and try to price it correctly. I know that we hear all the time about pricing and concerns there, but people need to understand just how rare an FRF2 in mint condition is. I mean, there's maybe 200 examples in the world. So, we want people to appreciate what we sell. We want them to be happy, and obviously we'll just keep trying to bring more stuff in.
Yeah, I've seen a couple videos online of people shooting the FRF2, 9-hole reviews recently. Henry, he did one. I'm not sure if he worked with you on that project.
Absolutely.
Yeah, and he got incredible accuracy out of these. I watched that video a couple weeks ago, and I'm just excited to see more from this rifle, and the fact that we can get this into U.S. consumer hands, amazing.
Thanks, man. Yeah. Thank you.
Val,
appreciate it.
Thank you for taking the time, man.
Thank you for visiting. We really appreciate it.
All right, guys, check out Navy Arms. All right, guys, and here we are at Nextorch. I've got Max with me. Max.
Hi, nice to meet you.
Nice to meet you. Thank you for taking the time to talk about your product. Clearly you have a demonstration here. What are we about to do?
We are going to show you how easy it is to break a glass window for cars with our torch. We have little glass breakers, and it's much easier to do it with the glass breakers in the torch than doing it with the baton.
Okay. All right. Let's try it with the baton first and see how that works, and then we'll use the glass breaker.
Yes,
Let's
do it the right way.
Yes.
Harder. Do it harder. You see, you need really much. And now do it with the with the torch.
All right, so I'm going to do a quick jab. That's the idea behind this. There it goes. That was simple.
Yes.
Yeah.
It's only about the technique, not the power.
Yes, exactly. There was very little resistance to that. I expected more, and it pretty much just shattered, like with nothing. I felt the outside of the display first before any kind of glass.
Yes. That's always the time. So that's the reason I introduced you. Because sometimes the people hit their arm really hard.
Really? Makes sense.
Yes.
No, I mean, it just shows your product works.
Yes, of course. It's all about the technique. And here we have the right technique. And to show it how easy it is to do it with it, here we have it.
So what product is this exactly?
This is the TA70. This is a torch we especially designed because it nearly fits in every pistol bag? No. What would you, a pouch?
Pouch, yeah,
yes.
Or a pocket, or
yes.
many other things.
Yes. So
concealable.
Yes. So that's the reason why we designed it how it looks like now.
Okay.
So it's not rolling away because it's not round. So we have an included battery, so it's not replaceable for the end user.
Yeah.
And here we have 3 different modes. So the lock mode will be able to lock the switch. Then the duty mode, I'll push the button through that it clicks and you have the light on. And if you push slowly, you can increase the light and step it up. So if you press then hard again that it clicks, you can switch it off. On the other side at the end, you have the tech mode. Tech mode is momentary on, full power, 3,500 lumens.
Wow.
And then if you push through in the stress situation, you have the strobe.
Wow, that's incredible. And what is the candela for these?
Candela, I just know it's about 3,500 ANSI lumens.
Yeah, okay.
Yes.
Interesting product. I mean, you guys clearly have made something that is very versatile. Like can be used in many different situations. Kind of as a CCW light glass breaker, kind of whatever you need, strobe, all the above, you know, and a very concealable package. I like that you guys did the ring for the finger holds. That makes it easier to get a hold of, especially when breaking glass. Without that, it would slip, possible things like that. How easy would it be to break a glass window versus the demonstration that we saw today? Say a car window versus this.
It's a little bit harder because the car window has the problem that it's more flexible because of the rubber on the inside and the outside. So it's more flexible. The glass is more flexible. And with this product, or with our tactical products, it's much easier to do it.
Got it. Interesting.
Yes, all of our tactical flashlights has these ceramic balls in the bezel. Yeah. So you can do it with the TA30, TA30D Max, with the TA70, and all the other torches too. TA22.
Amazing.
Yeah.
And so, what is the battery life on something like this?
In full mode, so with the full power, it's about 2.5 hours. But no one needs it full power for 2.5 hours.
Yeah.
You have a battery indicator in it in the switch here. If you see it right here, it's blue, steady on. So that means that the battery is between 100 and 75%. If it would be blue blinking, it would be 75 to 50%. And then if you go under 50%, it would be red. And if it starts red blinking, you are under 25%.
Okay. No, that's a good system. I'm glad you guys put that in there. What is the charging method for this?
Yes, the charging method
USB-C.
is, you pull up the switch, and here you have the USB-C.
Smart. That's a good way of doing that. I was hoping that was going to be your answer.
Yes. So the main thing for the finger is, here in Germany, we are not allowed to carry a rifle or a gun, especially with a light. So here we need to be able to use a gun and a light at the same time, but not mounted to the gun. So that's the reason why we invented it. And if you use the torch and you need to reload or to change the mag or whatever, you just flip the torch out and you have 80% of your hand back, so you can do the whole manipulating on the weapon what you need, so that's easy to operate with it.
That makes sense. Yeah.
Yes.
So you guys have a U.S. site as well, right? So Nextorch
Yes, of course.
is just in Germany.
Yes.
Okay.
Yes.
And what is the price point in the U.S. side for this?
I don't know.
Okay.
I don't know. So check it out on Nextorch, the US Nextorch site, and yeah. In Europe, Europe, it's about 140 euros.
Okay. That makes sense. Okay. I mean, I got to say, what you get out of it's a great package. It's a solid concealed carry. Yeah, I like it for that reason.
Of course.
Mm-hmm. Well, Max.
Thank you.
Thank you. Guys, check out Nextorch.
Yes, bye-bye.
And here we are at Sig Sauer, Switzerland. And I'm going to go through some of the new offerings from Sig Sauer. You guys saw last year, most likely, we had a video on the 560X model, and that was kind of a short-barreled 5.56 gun that could take your 550 standard magazines, but also your Stanag mags. It was pretty cool, and they have something, but kind of in a larger caliber, 7.5 Swiss. So we're going to jump into that. We're going to jump into a new 5.56 for the Swiss military that they're looking at right now with bimetal, so it has higher pressures. And lastly, we're going to end on a new P320 that looks like it's going to be Switzerland's standard service pistol. So you can add that to the list of countries that have the P320 as a standard service pistol. Pretty cool. Let's get into the 5.56 first. This is a hybrid casing bimetal. For those of you who have seen what the US military has done with 6.8 by 51, the NGSW program to have higher pressures within there, that's what they're doing within 5.56 right now. So this is developed for the Sturmgewehr 90. If you guys are familiar with the PP90, I believe, as it's imported into the US. It's an amazing kind of long-barreled 5.56 gun, and so what that's doing is it's just making it so where you get more pressure ultimately out of your 5.56. How much? They didn't say, but it does have armor-piercing capabilities that you can see here, so you can guess what that would be used for in the future. Moving on to the rifle side. Before we get into the new 713, I wanted to show off the 563 from last year. This was one of the crowd favorites from Sig Sauer, Switzerland. And this is a really cool gun. It's a short-barreled 560. And for those of you who don't know what that 550 series of operating system and what that means, it's basically a long-stroke piston-driven system, something you'd see from the AK. You see that kind of extended charging handle on the right side. You're able to operate that just like an AK, but it's incredibly reliable because of that. So it's really been updated. It was designed, I think, like in the 70s and 80s, and then it was been in Swiss military service since the 90s, and it has been updated year after year and continues to be kind of modernized into what we see today with the 563. If you guys are interested in this and others, they're actually being imported into the US right now. So you can find these. They're not just in Switzerland. Now let's jump into the 713. So instead of the 500 series that you've seen with 5.56 and 223 that I think Switzerland is famous for, a little bit more of a lesser known rifle is the Sig Sauer 711. This is based on 7.5 Swiss. So a lot of you guys probably at home, you have K1911s, K31s, if you're military surplus aficionado, right? This is that same caliber. So for the military ammo side, it's known as the GP11. And this is still readily available. You can easily find 7.5 Swiss. PPU makes some. You can also get GP11 on the civilian market in the US. It's readily available. And so what SIG did was they made something on the civilian side and made it more of a short-barreled gun. So ultimately, I mean, this thing's going to be a fireball, without a doubt. It is a 9-inch barrel and ultimately with a break on the end. So it's going to be more of your fun gun to go shooting. You don't need this long DMR variant that you've seen in the past. We'll have some B-roll up to show you guys that. That makes sense for the 7.5 Swiss. This is more for your fun shooting, right? And I want to try it myself. It sounds like it's going to be a blast to shoot all jokes intended. Moving on, now we're at the P320 side of this. The P320, of course, is the standard issue service pistol of the U.S. military, and also many others. Australia is another good example of a country that has adopted it outside the U.S. military. Now we can add Switzerland to that list, ultimately, with this. So this is a prototype right now. This is not what it's ultimately going to look like. They're going to change some things, but for you guys at home, this is essentially what we're looking at. There's going to be some changes, but it's a P320 X carry, if you guys are familiar with that. So it's more of your compact slide and barrel, and then your full-size frame. So about 17 rounds, 21 round mag, 30 round mag. If you want to go extendo with it, you can on this pistol. And the big differences here between this pistol and the X carry that you guys are familiar with on the US market is that this is going to be made completely in Switzerland. So there's going to be some developments coming soon from the pistol. So like I said, not exactly this, but pretty close, but made fully in Switzerland. So pretty cool. I mean, they're switching things. Apparently it's not because of any safety issues. They've looked at that with the P320 and they're happy with it. This is outside of anything with that. This is more of an ergonomic situation that they're improving with the X carry. So more to come soon. We'll be seeing, hopefully in 2027, maybe at SHOT Show, a in-depth look at what Switzerland will be adopting. So guys, appreciate it. Check out Sig Sauer, Switzerland. All right, guys, and here we are at Taran Tactical, and I've got the man with me himself.
Good to see you, Ryan.
Taran.
How's it going?
Good. Doing well. How are you doing?
Good.
Good. So you got some really cool pistols over here.
Yeah, we got some of our main ones here. We got the original Pit Viper, the one from John Wick 4.
Nice.
It's a little bit of the old school one. The new ones coming out now will all be optic ready.
Yeah.
With a plate that's very seamless if you want to run the iron sights.
Yeah.
And then we've got the Ballerina Glock's G17.
One of my personal favorites.
Oh, you like it?
Gun.
Yeah.
Oh, incredible.
Yeah, very effective compensator. It pops out the front, all the fun stuff. Crazy trigger. Then we have little 43X.
Nice.
Great little carry gun. It's got the Radiant Ramjet on there. The trigger from Timney, all the fun stuff.
I've been carrying a personal G43X for a while. Absolutely love it.
Oh, you like it?
Yeah, my favorite.
And we've got, of course, the classic Sand Viper. Great gun. You know, go ahead and dry fire and stuff like that.
Yeah, please.
We now have an extended slide release on all of them now. So
nice. There it is. Here, I'll show that off. We'll get some B-roll. We can show it off more.
Yeah.
But yeah, that makes it a lot easier.
And then over here now we have the Viper from Ballerina. It's a gun that John Wick saves the day with. It's a 4.5 inch. It's got a sight tracker barrel on it.
Oh, I like that.
And it's optic ready. So it's a pretty awesome gun.
Yeah, typically you see like an island out there, but it's smaller. It's not kind of this larger block within there. That's a cool look because of that.
It shoots a little softer that way.
Nice.
4.5 inch, a little more carryable.
There it is. So easy to use with that extended slide release now.
Yeah, so that's what we brought to IWA. So.
I like it. I like what you guys have done. You guys have updated the line in certain ways. This, like I said, guys, one of my favorite carry guns. I'm not a comp person personally, and I know you guys have models that are not comped, but if you want the lowest recoil, that's it right here. That's the way to go.
Another thing on there, instead of putting a magwell on there, if your hands are kind of big, magwells sometimes push up into your hand, not comfortable. So we kind of build the magwell into the gun.
I like that.
That way you still have a magwell, but it's not sticking up around it.
Yeah, prints if you have a magwell. That's obviously the biggest downside of it. Yeah. And then what's your favorite of these lineup in front of us?
It's either going to be the Sand Viper, which I love. I have a limited optics version where I have a solid comp. I have 2 barrels for it.
Nice.
I shoot that in competition. I love it.
That's cool.
But I actually now, it's not here, but the optic ready Pit Viper, because we put these little rear sight it's not on this one unfortunately, but it's a little rear sight that goes inside the SRO or RMR HD, and you can co-witness if you want to have co-witness.
Nice, that's really cool.
So I'd say probably the Pit Viper. It's still like my favorite. So, yeah.
We've personally been to Taran's range a few times now, and at the time I think the Pit Viper did not have an optics ready version. It was just the Sand Viper to be able to have that, and I loved it when we shot it out there. We had a great time.
Yeah.
But honestly, all the pistols that come out of TTI are solid, and they're really fun to shoot. We've had a blast over the years doing it. Yeah.
We'll come out again sometime.
Yeah, we need to. Yeah,
right.
Let's do that, Taran.
All right.
Thanks, man. Appreciate it. Guys, check out Taran Tactical. Hey, guys, here we are at VIGrand Arms, and I've got Michael with me. Michael?
Nice to meet you.
Thank you for taking the time, man. First of all, you guys have some AKs that are here that probably a lot of the viewers will recognize in the U.S., and some ARs that they definitely won't recognize. What can you tell us about them?
Okay, so in Europe, we of course, you know that our plant is based in Radom, Poland, and we manufacture for you complete line of AKs. Sporter and help up and micro help up. Here in Europe, we're a little bit limited because of the regulations. So we do standard size sporter, the help up 12-inch.
Nice.
We don't. You won't see here the micro because micro it's not sellable according to the local law. It's not the pistol version, so we cannot sell it. It's too short. So basically. I guess U.S. customers are lucky to have the micro in hands, which you won't be able to see in Europe. From the AR line, we make all of the calibers 5.56, 300 blackout, 9mm. So this is for European customers. We don't sell them in U.S. Basically only for the European market.
Yeah. Well, first of all, I got to say, from hearing you guys talk and shooting a lot of these guns that you guys have, the Pioneer Sporters and the Help Ups, just thank you guys for importing these AKs into the U.S. I mean, that's something where we talk to a lot of manufacturers around the show, and they have some cool guns, but you're not able to own them. Fortunately, you're able to own these in the U.S., so that's really cool. And like Michael said, I didn't know, apparently you can own some guns that even they cannot own in Poland, like the Micro Help Up. So pretty interesting. Yeah. What do we have here in front of us with this tactical model?
This is the tactical model, which basically it's the same configuration as our military gun, which was sold around the world on different military contracts. And again, it's converted to the semi-auto, so the regular customers can have the same configuration as a military configuration. Basically, this is the retractable stack, Picatinny rails. What's nice about this, as you can see, I don't know if you can do the close-up. This is reinforced tubing, so it's very strong. Especially designed for the mil specs. Basically, the military toy in hands of the civilian users, so that's what it is.
What's the big difference here? I mean, obviously the trigger is going to be the biggest difference between the military version and the semi-auto version that we get within the US. Are there any other differences between what the Polish military gets and what you guys send to the US?
There is no difference because we use the same parts. For us in the production process, to make the commercial and military would be the hectic. Will get sense. Lost. If you will make like 10 guns a month, maybe you can separate the parts. But when you make 1,000 guns a month, you cannot track the military production and civilian production as a separate ones. So we have everything combined. Of course, for the semi-auto, we make semi-auto receiver.
Of course.
But other components are used and are interchangeable between military version and commercial version.
Wow.
So there is no difference.
So that's where it starts and ends, is on semi-auto versus full auto.
Yeah, so you can say that basically commercial version is based on the mil specs parts.
Amazing. So one thing you talked about was manufacturing and how you guys manufacture for the military and within the civilian side. How has that changed over the years, going from Pioneers in years past to, say, like modern Pioneer arms?
We invest in the company all the time. So, every year you will see the changes, and you will be welcome to stop by in Radom to see those changes. Basically, we implement the robotic lines right now, so we get continuous production. no errors, no human errors, and we can increase the capacity because of that.
Makes sense.
So there is lots of improvements in the factory. Basically,
there's a lot you can do with that.
Yeah, smoothness of the production. That's what we want.
Sense. Michael, thank you for the time.
Thank you very much.
This has been interesting and informative to see what you guys have done to these guns, and honestly what you guys haven't, with how similar they are to the military style, right? And I think a lot of consumers will appreciate that.
It's one-to-one, so there is no difference.
You guys heard it here. All right. Thank you, Michael.
Thank you.
Check out Pioneer Arms. All right, guys, and here we are at Son of Gun, and I've got Bart with me. Bart?
Nice to meet you. Nice to have you again.
Yeah, thank you for taking the time, man. We looked at the SOG and the SG01, right?
Yep, yeah, the A01 and the LE and the SGOX.
Yes.
Yeah, we have quite a few nice successes in the last year with those. Like we're making some more iterations. Like some people, wink, wink, somewhere, want to use AK mags with them. Like things are happening, but this year we've finalized a little bit of a different project to make our AR-15 line a little bit more streamlined for final mass production, because we're building a new factory in Poland as well. So that's basically going to be the main product that we're going to be having there.
That's big. So I mean, what you did before with those, that was more of like your non-traditional AR, right?
Basically, yeah, non-traditional AR, trying to not reinvent the wheel, but add a few features that we think could be a little bit more beneficial for certain customers.
Yeah.
And I think we managed to achieve that.
I remember the front charging handle.
Yeah, charging handle, a little bit of different buttstock approach, which gave us the capacity to have different types of butt pads, like for body armor use, because law enforcement and military clients are our main source of income. We obviously do quite a lot for the commercial market as well, but these are our main source of income, the contracts that you get with the law enforcement and the government of different countries, right?
Well, now you're moving into more of your traditional style, true AR-15 with this.
True AR-15, basically.
Kind of, because piston-driven, right?
Kind of, but we also have DI. Obviously, tried and tested DI is also a thing, because everybody, whether you want to do DI or gas piston. Usually, the problem with the piston guns was that the weight was much higher than a DI gun, so that's why people quickly reverted back to a DI gun. Like when you're doing patrols, long days deployments. Like having that extra kilogram of weight on you when you can have 2 extra mags in that weight.
Good way to look at it.
Yeah, like grams make kilograms, yes, or whatever you say over the Great Pond, right?
Pounds equal pain.
Yeah, there you go. There you go. And but here we wanted to make a gas system for the AR-15 that would be really low weight, would be reliable, and it wouldn't break, because believe me, we went through over 40 different iterations of this system to get it working. First, we started off with a system that was one gas setting only. We got that working correctly. Then we wanted to go a few settings, and finally we've got a gas system, low profile gas system that is 5 different positions. That is accessible from both sides. Nice. And then we've also did, we're not the only ones that did this, but we've made the lower fully ambidextrous for everything. Nice. Also, the bolt catch is on both sides, right? Wow. So, I mean, like it started to be an industry standard, really. So it was just a natural thing to have all the controls on both sides. Yeah. So obviously, your standard selector switch, your mag release is on both sides, but also your bolt catch is also accessible from the left side as well.
That's
right?
Awesome.
Yeah, I mean, like it's a little bit more user-friendly depending on what you want to do with it. Yeah, you get that extra capacity that you can utilize in this way, right?
Personally, a big fan of ambi, I gotta say. But what amazes me about this rifle, like you said, a lot of people do ambi, but really, like the surprising part of all this is that it's piston-driven, but still this tight form and function that you would expect out of a DI gun.
Yeah, the problem is that when you're developing a piston system, one of the main limiting factors is the width of the opening in the upper receiver. Yes. That you cannot go wider than a standard DI tube is, right?
Like a small gas tube.
Or you're going into the whole kind of worms with having a separate upper for your DI and a separate one for your piston, right? Yeah. So the main issue was with the up rod. We needed to get the heat treatment just about right. You make it too soft, it's going to bend. You make it too hard, it's going to break. So we managed to get that done. Then the actual gas block needed to be tuned in to actually have the capacity to have different gas settings, right? So now we've ended up with accessible from both sides. You can see the opening, the cutout that you can access. Obviously, you're not going to do it with your hand, but like maybe a bullet or any pokey thing. You can just move it left to right, and you've got 5 settings on your gas block.
Wow.
Yeah, whichever you want. I mean, like I personally keep it in one, figure out which one works for me. But if you're in different environments, different humidity and all that stuff, you have the capacity to change it. Or if your gun gets really, really dirty in certain situations, you also have the capacity to change that as well on the go. Also, we've approached different, a little bit differently. Obviously, we're not the first ones to do it, but this is the way to go. We see it the best way to do it. We've actually added steel reinforcements into certain parts of the handguard to make it especially appealing to our, again, law enforcement military clients, but where wear and tear is a naturally occurring thing, right? And really, if you want to get, for example, the QD slots, the whole handguard is 60-65 to keep the weight down.
Nice.
But 60-65, if you put a QD slot into it, right into the aluminum, it's just gonna wear,
and then
right?
You gotta replace
and
the
then
whole
you have to replace the whole thing. Well, why not screw in a more durable steel part, which is just going to be swelled by an armorer somewhere, and it's only going to cost you like $1 or $2, right?
It's just logical.
Yeah.
Sense.
Also, the bracket on the barrel nut also is fully steel. It's a steel insert. If anything happens to that, you just change the steel insert, and you're ready to go with that. 2 types of handguards: a little bit more robust one, and a more streamlined. Typical one for if you want to save on weight.
Nice.
At the moment, most of our guns come equipped with an A-point sight. We've worked with Aimpoint to become very nicely affiliated with these guys. And if you buy our guns with the Aimpoints, you get a really nice discount on the optic if you buy it with the gun, right? So we've worked out that deal with Aimpoint. Also, we use Timney triggers for all our trigger jobs in every gun that comes out of our factory. All the furniture is always going to be B5, so we're using another reputable brand.
Makes sense.
Yeah, I mean, like we work with people that really know how to work, and they can deliver because like we try to show quality and the right approach to any client. Right?
If someone's going to a manufacturer's going to put a package together for their weapon, I want it to be the things that I'm already going to include. So I appreciate that you went with an Aimpoint and a B5. Simple. I would do that myself. Yeah. It's like, all right, well, it just saves me time and money.
Yeah.
I like that.
Yeah. Why put on like an MOE or whatever? Like the old M4 furniture when you're going to change it. Yeah. Whether you're going to go with Macbull or B5 or whatever, right?
Straight to the trash.
Yeah. I mean,
or secondary market.
No, just secondary market. eBay is a thing, right?
Yeah, exactly. So for these 2 guns, I'm sure there's different price points on them, but what are these price points?
You're looking at around 1,800 euros MSRP with the optic.
Wow. That's impressive.
Yeah, up to it all depends on the actual gun, which barrel length, because obviously we do different barrel lengths all the way up to 20, right? As short as 10.5 or 5.56.
Nice.
So 10.5, 12, 12.5, 14.5, 16, 18, 20, right? Whichever one you want, depending on the configuration of the gun and the margin of the actual reseller that sells it to you, it's going to be between 1,800 to 2K euro for the gun with the optic.
That's
right?
amazing. I am personally a big fan of 11.5 barrel length, and I love that you guys are kind of giving the end user the option to pick between all
we have
these.
the 12 for that. We have the 12 for that. Depending on the barrel length, you're also going to have a different barrel twist. Usually we go, for most of our barrels, we go with 1/8.
Nice.
So that's a nice all-rounder, especially for 223, different bullet weights. A lot of people in Poland are switching from 55 grains to 62, 63, 65.
Interesting.
Yeah. Well, it's about ammo availability as well. Yeah. We use that in most of our guns, and we find it to be a good all-rounder.
Yeah. But if someone wants a lightweight AR-15, you guys also thought about that. You have a variant for it.
Yeah, of course. Yeah, of course. We've started going with a little bit more of a lightweight design. So we got a polymer lower that's still a little bit in the works, but we're finishing up with the polymer lower that saves you a few parts of a pound. Yeah.
But still reliable.
Yeah, of course. You always get the same reliability because all the workable parts are going to be the same parts we put in the aluminum guns. It's just the thing that with polymer you are going to face a little bit more wear and tear. Yeah. But that's why we actually made the parts that would get that wear and tear a little bit more beefier, right?
And you didn't do that to the upper receiver, right?
No. Polymer upper receiver is not going to be a thing. I don't think so. We actually have a gun that actually has a more beefy aluminum receiver because this is also a gun that is going to go into production soon. It's a little bit more beefier aluminum. Yeah, because some clients demanded a little bit more beefier lower and upper than the mil-spec one that you get on an AR.
More demanding for reliability.
And of course, if you want to keep the thing down a little bit more on the weight, you can either go with a Lancer or you can go with our own polymer that's going to be released really soon as well. Not a polymer, but a carbon fiber. So you're going to have a carbon fiber as an option as well. In the near future.
Gotta say, I love the look of it overall. That carbon fiber / polymer handguard you were talking about, beautiful.
Yeah, and obviously, not only the 5.56 223, 7.62x49, 300 blackouts, 5.45 5x49. Also, good tried and tested PCCs in 9mm Parabellum using Glock mags. Also in the new configuration are going to be available in the near future.
Makes a lot of sense. So, all right. For the U.S. side, are you guys having anything importing into the U.S.? I'm assuming that would be an issue with ARs, or are you guys looking to manufacture within the U.S. in the future?
No plans at the moment.
Gotcha.
But naturally, we would be very interested, given the fact how big the market is. Yeah. We'll see where we go. Okay. We wanna clean up house in our own backyard. There's a lot of things happening right next door, and there's the prospects are that stuff can start happening in our side of the border. So we'll see.
Yeah, and you're out of Poland, is that right?
Of course, yeah.
Of course, yeah. Man, well, Bart, I gotta tell you, thank you for taking the time, man.
Great having you again.
Yeah, good talking with you. Guys, check out Son of Gun. All right, guys, and here we are at MK Machining. I've got Tyler beside me. Tyler.
Hey, nice to see you again.
Good to see you again, yeah.
Yes, sir.
So we talked at SHOT Show 2026 about the bullpup, the straight bull?
I call it the straight bull. That's the working title. It may be the final title. I think it gets to the point that it's a straight pull and a bullpup across. And anyways, now I can get into more details.
No BS.
That's right. Or maybe it's all BS. You'll have to buy one to find out.
Cool. I mean, so last time we saw this, it was more of a 3D printed prototype. I don't think there was a bolt in it. Is that right?
The carriers needed touched up from the machine shop. So it was in the raw, not Cerakoted, and there was no bolt head or actual carrier in it. And
you're developing on it. I like what you guys are doing. I'm seeing it being pretty close to somewhat finished project. I know it's prototyping, and you guys have so many designs you're looking at doing. What are some of those things that you want to improve on in this?
Okay, so it's straight pull, bullpup, obviously. Refine the fore-end attachment system, so instead of a monolithic fore-end, we'll chop it off around here, so that way we can just have extrusions of different lengths that kind of slot in. The trigger, as you may be able to see here, is crisp, but it will be all adjustable, so you can have single or two-stage adjustable weight. We'll shave a bunch of weight out of this, so the rail, the cheek piece, which houses the firing assembly, and the stock portion I plan to print from TI, and then we can really lightweight it internally. Those are the big things. It functions really nicely, and I'm super happy with it for alpha prototypes.
Yeah, so I don't know if I'm sure there's some viewers at home that are like me, where you just kind of talking about this, about the development side, the firearm side of what it could be, and kind of just brains coming together and seeing what you could do with this. There's some amazing things you could do. You could, like you said, changing out rails to kind of have a SD kind of cool look, especially with 8.6 blackout or 300 blackout with that, and really making a compact package for hunting, whatever you'd want to do with it with.
So the super basic set of facts about it: straight pull, bullpup, interchangeable bolt heads that can also be flipped 180, so right or left-hand eject, interchangeable mag wells, and interchangeable barrels. So 223 to 338 Lapua, right or left hand, all popular mags, and everything in between.
Yeah, I just gotta say, there are other people who do straight pull bolt actions, but not like this.
Yeah, and the firing assembly in the cheek piece is pretty key. It allows us to be several inches shorter than other bullpups even. So this is an 18.5 inch barrel to hit the 26 inch NFA minimum. Wow. And so you press this button, you can drop the stock assembly down. I'm looking at you through here. You pull the bolt and carrier back. You can pull that out, flip that bolt head 180, or change it at that time. One bolt to change the magazine. Anyways, that's the super short and sweet.
No, that makes sense. That makes complete sense. So ultimately, it's versatile for the end user. The fact that you can be left-handed and then you can quickly switch the bolt out for your right-handed friend to immediately shoot the gun after. That's just so cool. Like there's so many different areas you could go with this. Is there anything else you want to do to maybe have a different model or improve this further?
So if this is as successful as I hope it will be, we can take what's already, I would say, a medium weight platform or an ultralight for a 338, it's 9.5 pounds or so. We can do a medium frame version that's 223 to 308 or maybe standard magnums. Everything can shrink around it. The length can shrink even further. If that's successful, then you do a straight pull bullpup mini fix type thing where it's 223, 300 blackout, sub 5 pounds, several inches shorter. The possibilities are endless.
And you can fit it in your backpack.
And it just takes money.
Yeah, Tyler, I love talking to you about this. I love the project. I'm excited what you guys have for the future, and I can't wait to talk to you in 2027 about this.
I'm stoked to show you the next iteration at SHOT 2027. That's when I hope to take pre-orders, and there'll be a lot of development info shared to the public on this.
Cool. Guys, first of all, MK Machining has more than just this. They have amazing grips that I personally use and that we use in the office. But in general, check out MK Machining. Tyler, thank you for your time.
Thanks, dude.
All right, guys, and here we are at InvestArm. I've got Federico with me. Federico?
Nice to meet you, Ryan.
Thank you for taking the time. We were walking by, and you see a lot of modern guns at these shows, and we start seeing some more black powder, like flintlock stuff, some percussion stuff. I know very little about this. My dad and grandfather were competitive black powder shooters. They loved it. I got a more modern itch for firearms, but I'm really interested to hear what you guys have.
Well, there's always time to go back in time.
It's true. Very good point.
Well, here at InvestArm, we have an entire line of black powder percussion guns, which are specifically made for the US black powder shooters. These, for instance, are guns which are made specifically for black powder hunting, and we have also other range toys, I would say, like for instance this pistol here, which has a cap percussion and an octagonal barrel, not that heavy, and generally made on the affordable side, I'd say.
Yeah, that was one thing too we were talking off camera about. You would expect these to be a lot more expensive for what they are. These are handcrafted, is that right?
Yeah, absolutely. Made in Italy, all of them.
Wow.
We manufacture barrel in the company itself, and we have the outsourcing of the wood is made from all around Europe and Turkey.
Wow. Okay. Well, so that's your. I'm going to call it a pirate pistol. That's probably the dumbed down version of looking at it.
You can call it a pirate pistol.
It's a really cool range toy. I think a lot of people would like to shoot this.
Yeah, and also it's a very different kind of shooting because you can get into the.
Get your Jack Sparrow on, right? That's the idea behind it.
Yeah. Or your Barry Lyndon if you're into that sort of thing.
There you go. I like it.
Maybe you like Kubrick or something like that?
Yeah, Kubrick, yeah. And then we have some different ones over here. These are matchlock, is that right?
Yeah, absolutely. Here at InvestArm, we started a collaboration with a local artisan who was also an historian. We created a brand just for this, which is called Brixia firearms. These are all production of guns which were made in Italy to serve the kingdoms of Europe during these wars. We have a different, two different styles of matchlocks, with our guns who would use a match in order to light the pan and fire the gun. And these two are a Vallonian stock, so a gun that would be more used in the northern part of Europe, which is a kind of modern stock, I would say. And here is a Spanish stock, which would be used like in the conquest of the New World by the Spaniards and the Battle of Lepanto. This particular gun is a reproduction of a gun that would have participated in the Battle of Lepanto. This production gun would be around the 1580 or something like that.
Wow.
And it's preserved in the Museum of Turin. And despite being an old gun with a very weird stock, it's an in-between between a cheek stock and a proper shoulder stock. It's a Spanish stock, so it's a very high-sitting weapon.
It's one of those things where you look at it and you're like, how do you shoulder that thing?
Yeah.
But then actually when you shoulder it, it makes sense. It's more ergonomic than it looks.
Yeah, it's made also to be used with armor. So a chest plate would interfere with the use of a stock. With this, you can just use your shoulder that doesn't need to be protected as much as, I don't know, the lower part of your arm. And be able to kind of make it function. Also, if you can see, the gun does have iron sights.
It does.
This is an historical detail that is accurate to what we understand. It is present in all the museum pieces that we found, and it's pretty functional. I would say you can aim pretty good with it.
It's so funny to think that it's an advancement in technology for them to be like, wow, it has iron sights. Like, that's a surprising thing, but it makes sense. I mean, we were talking about 1580. That is quite a long time ago.
What we believe to be an advancement in technology usually is an advancement in tactics. So the use of mass fire would require the use of volley fire. Volley fire doesn't require precision because after the second volley, you're not seeing anything with black powder. If you ever shot black powder, you know that you got a lot of smoke. You and 200 other passive, you're shooting in the same direction, means that you have a wall of black powder in front of you. So you're not getting nothing out of it. You don't need iron sights. But during the first period, where they were using black powder, like in the late Middle Age and the Renaissance time, precision was still a key issue. They wanted to be precise because these were expensive weapons. They could change the battlefield, so you wanted to do that. Also, they would use this for hunting too. If you want to hit something,
that makes sense.
Have iron sights.
And so, when looking at this, I mean, this is a massive rifle, right? But what is the weight on this? You know, roughly? It is.
I would say this is around.
It's hard to get a
6 kilos or something like that.
It is. And we'll put that on screen for all the US viewers at home.
Oh, I'm sorry.
No. I'm the same way. I'm like, okay, that's about that's about 30 oranges. No, so this is an amazing rifle. Like I said, just a lot less weight than you would expect out of it.
Oh, yes. Also, not as balanced like a modern weapon, but still manageable.
Yes, I love it. Awesome. And so you've got a couple other flintlock ones over here. What was the big advancement between matchlock and then flintlock?
The first use of the modern firearm, as we understand, like if you understand a rifle today, you think of something like this, which would be an arquebus or a musket. The next step that usually people think about is a flintlock. So the use of a flint in order to strike a spark.
Yes.
So you would have something like this. This is our Florentian style matchlock. So you would have something like that. You do this, strike a spark, with shot, and that's basically the general understanding that, well, after the matchlock, it was the time for the flintlock, and you will go until then, until the Napoleonic Age and the introduction of the modern bullet with a percussion cap or the needle rifle. In between the creation of the flintlock and the matchlock, there was a time in which we had the wheel lock, which was a very complicated mechanism. The understanding of how much you have to harden the steel, what the inclination between the flint striking and the iron scraping by was, despite simpler as a mechanism, harder to envision completely. We would have, a time in which the first idea that came to mind were, well, let's just scrape something onto a rock or something like that. And that's something in order to create a continuous scraping action would be a wheel. So they created a wheel lock. So Europe had a population of watchmakers, not a watch like a tower box or something like
Big
that.
Ben.
Like the Big Ben. And so any country who had a population of watchmakers or clockmakers, they would call them and say, well, can you build me something like that?
Yeah.
So countries it wasn't a country, the various German cities who had this kind of knowledge, or Northern Italy, or Switzerland, Austria, all started creating this kind of guns because these things offered enormous advantages over the matchlocks. Matchlocks were easy to produce, easy to manufacture. You could mass manufacture for the time, and you could give them in the hands of anyone, and you would be able to use them.
Yeah. Everyone has rope on hand.
Yeah, but for a nobleman or for a professional soldier, there were limitations you could get. Your skill could exceed the capability of the rifle.
Makes sense.
When you reached that level and you had the money, you wanted something like this. If you were a nobleman, a mercenary, or a successful mercenary, or you had a particularly rich city that would be able to provide something like this, they would go for this.
That was my next question. I was going to say, how do you spin that up? That makes sense. There's another tool for it.
This particular wheel is connected to a chain that pulls on a 80 kilogram spring.
Okay.
Again, freedom units. I don't do that. I'm sorry. So in order to pull that, you would have to bring with yourself something like this. This is a key. You would have a little hole in there to be hanged around your neck.
Yeah.
You would go in here, you would take it in, give it a 300-degree turn, drop it out, and the gun is now primed. You would have loaded in your powder, your ball, you would have a stick to press it in. And then you would close the bassinet. This was a gun meant for hunters, for cavalrymen like dragoons. You could go around with this with the powder inside the bassinet, and you wouldn't lose it.
It locks
Once
it.
you were ready, you would drop down the hammer, and now the gun was ready to fire. You would have pirate here inside the mandibles of this.
Get that spark.
And once that was down, would scrape against the wheel turning, and the bassinet would open automatically.
That was incredible. So you guys couldn't see that wheel. It was probably so fast it's not going to be able to catch it on camera.
That was the big advantage for them, because you would be more precise. You wouldn't have hang fires, and you were also able to use it on horseback. On horseback, the introduction of the wheel allowed them to say, well, I don't need to use two hands for this. I could use something. I could stay in one hand, a pistol.
Interesting.
So that was the introduction of the modern for the time, of the holster pistol, of the cavalry pistol, of which we have a model here.
Yeah.
So, and
beautiful craftsmanship. Just first thing looking at it.
Oh yeah. One of the things I really like about this, because we also make a little bit of research about the wood that we use. We have a walnut stock there, and we also found they had the use of cherry, so it gives this really nice reddish color.
It does. It's
I really like.
To say the least. I mean, it looks like what you were kind of experiencing with the clock, the craftsmanship that someone really put into it. Like, you look at a modern firearm and you see that and you're like, okay, it's kind of made to be as simple as it possibly can. And for the time, I'm sure this was simple to them. But there's so much of the intricate details that you can see just looking at it from the outside in.
It was as simple as they could make it. It was still not a weapon that could be used by a peasant and be expected to be functioning at the end of the day. Mud, humidity, sand, whatever. If anything gets into it, it's gone. Nowadays, with modern understanding and modern production, modern production technologies, we're able to further the efficiency of the weapon. In fact, we almost on the entire weapon would have been forged once, and now we use MIM, so metal injection molding, and 5 different kinds of steel in order to meet certain specifications, and we CNC the entire thing. So it's safer and it's easier to produce for us and easier to maintain. We also have been sure that this entire package here can be dropped out and dropped in, and we provide a specialized tool to lever the tension spring inside, so that if we have a client that, for instance, is overseas and needs to maintain or there's something broken, we can send spare parts and instruction in order to drop in the entire thing. Because one of the problems about this kind of guns that we basically do not have another product on the market that is at this same level. You either get really high-end, handmade, one-of-a-kind production made by an artisan, or Indian manufacturers.
I get what you're saying.
There are good manufacturers,
yeah.
but you know, in the replica market, they're basically wall hangers. They're not really safe to use. They are
just to look at.
Weird quality. I would say we wanted to do something in the middle and to have the client to be able to say, okay, I have a problem with the spring. I want to fix it. I don't have to send it back to Italy. I can go to my gunsmith. The gunsmith talks to us. We give them the pieces, fixes it, and go again.
That was my next question was, you know, if in modern times when you talk to someone about changing something about your pistol or rifle, it's normally suggested that they go to a gunsmith to fix that. How serviceable is this for the average user who is looking to get into this?
Okay, these particular models, since they have a very high tension spring inside, they can be quite dangerous to an unexperienced user. Someone who has a little bit of experience could get around with that with the right instruments. Something like these two in particular, the muskets are completely understandable by even the uninitiated.
Yeah.
You open this up, you can basically say, oh, okay, it's very simple. It's a V-shaped lever. I can do that.
I've got rope at home. Yeah, I'm a gunsmith.
Yeah, I can do that.
I can do that. Yeah, totally. Yeah.
Yeah, that.
Yeah, just that.
Not this one.
Absolutely not.
You will lose a finger.
Yes, very quickly. I like it. It's just a beautiful gun overall. What's so funny too, and I think probably the camera didn't pick this up on the other side, there's actually a holster.
Yeah, since these were cavalry pistols, they were meant to be held on bandoliers or on pantaloons or on the horse in general, and they would be used during tactics like the caracol or stuff like that. Extracted, aimed, shot, you would retreat, you would reload the gun, and that's it. You would bring 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, if you can afford them, with you. You shoot the shots and then get away, reload, and use them all. Okay.
Even back in the day, they didn't do a pocket holster. So you guys at home, there's no excuse. Use a real one. Use an actual holster. It's safe. It's safer to do that. That's just one thing that gets me. It's like people, they just stick it in their pocket and they're like, yeah, it's good enough. I'm like,
Well, if you get in big enough pockets, maybe you can stick it in.
Yeah, there you go. Actually, okay. Let's not get them excited.
Okay,
don't do that. Yeah, please.
And also, you were talking about weight on this one, but you should feel this one.
Yeah. Oh wow!
Metallurgy has improved certainly from the time back then.
But it's about the same thickness as far as the barrel goes of the other one.
Yeah.
Wow.
This one is made with modern techniques and everything. We started. We tried to be as faithful to the original, and we went as close as we could to the weight of the original. This is in particular, it's a German weapon made from the 1630 until the 1670 here in Nuremberg.
Okay.
And despite being faithful to the weight of the original, it's not that much.
Roughly how much does that weigh?
I'd say about 2 kilos.
It's about 2 wings of an eagle.
Yeah.
I think that's.
I was looking. I was looking for the instruction for the gun manufacturer because he should know the weight and he doesn't know himself.
Like I said, 2 wings of an eagle sounds pretty good to me.
He made it.
I appreciate you taking all this time to go through this, Federico. From the uninitiated, I really appreciate it. It's so interesting to learn this.
Uninitiated. You were initiated. You had a father and grandfather.
That's a good point. I was previously, but now I'm getting there.
You lost your way.
Exactly.
But then you found it again.
I need to do more black powder hunting and shooting as a whole. And thank you for walking me through this one more time. Yeah. Guys, check out InvestArm and check out more of our coverage from IWA 2026. All right, guys, here we are at Sordin, and I've got Magnus with me. Magnus?
Nice to meet you.
Nice to meet you. Thank you for taking the time. We had seen these a little bit in the IWA preview first night, and we promised to come by and check them out because I've been using Sordins for a little while now. It's not my personal pair, but I've used other people's, and that was the Supreme model before this. And now you have something brand new. What is it?
Yes, we do. Our old line, the Supreme Pro and Pro X, is basically, the platform is basically 25 years old. Even if it's been upgraded both hardware and software over the years, there's a limitation on what you can do.
Yes.
So our engineers and R&D department, they develop a complete new set from start to goal. And it's called the Supreme X2 for the civilian side. we really took care of what we used with the previous models.
Yes.
With this really supreme ambient sound, the sensitivity of direction where the sounds come from.
Yes.
But also the audio profiles. Then we improved it.
Yes.
We took it to the next generation, to the next step.
That's amazing. I got to say, because when I used the Supremes, I thought, wow, these are some of the best ear protection on the marketplace.
I'm glad to hear that.
And the reason being is that sound quality that ultimately comes through. And then, of course, you guys have great seal with the gel cups on there. I mean, it's just kind of everything you need for ear protection, nothing less, right?
Yeah. I think with ear protection, the most important thing is use them.
Yes.
And if it's comfortable and you get a good experience of the sound around you, it's much easier to keep them over the ears, for sure.
Well, so what did you guys do specifically in the X2s that is pushing the boundaries between the old Supremes and this one?
To start with, I mean, we do have an increased protection value. You're talking about the SNR and NRR values. For Europe, we're talking about SNR. The old models did have a 27 SNR. This new platform has 29, and that's not just 2 steps up. It's I'm not going to pop any numbers, but it's really big increase. And we did it by how we constructed the cup, but also with the materials in it. So that's one thing. Then we really want to do it very much more flexible. So we created a program called Sordin Flex. Because previously, if you bought a headband version from us, you were stuck with the headband.
Yes.
You couldn't change it.
Yeah.
And I know a lot of people do really want to change it, put on a neckband or even perhaps put it on a helmet.
Yes.
So what we did, we actually just made it very much more flexible. You can pop off the cup.
Wow.
And buy a spare neckband or even helmet mounts, like the arc rail and the rear arc rail to put on some helmets. And that's been really appreciated. And this is how it looks then with the neckband mounted.
That's incredible, because I know a lot of people who want the capabilities to put it on a helmet, to put their ear protection on a helmet, but then they want to take it off and then just use it normally at a range, which you would have the versatility to do that. And then normally if you do see that, you're talking right under, I've seen it under $1,000, right under that. And you guys are not anywhere close to that. What is the price point for this?
Oh, in US dollars, I really have to double check though.
Okay.
I'm going to come back to you because
All right, on the European market.
I would say roughly $350 for the headset, and then the mounting is different depending on what mounting accessories you buy. It varies a bit, but we're not close to the $1,000. No, we're not.
Good.
We're not, no.
And that's the big part to me. I mean, people like certain name brands, but I'm not buying that for $1,000. Absolutely not. And especially if you can get this quality and modularity. Speaking of that modularity, though, how does that sacrifice your quality behind it to be able to? It seems like it's so easy to detach. It might be too easy. You know?
It's not too easy. We've been really into the R&D and done a lot of testing on these cups. So it should be easy to take it off and put it on again, but it should be very sturdy and the quality is still there. It's a Sordin quality. And we still make them. We handmade them in Sweden in our factory in Värnamo down south. Yeah. One more thing I really want to talk about. As previous, our microphones, fully waterproof.
Nice.
Battery compartment is fully waterproof. But no more of the Sordin trick, changing 2 batteries. We go from 2 batteries to 1 AA.
Ah, that's nice.
And much easier to change the batteries, because I know there's some people out there that really thinks it's tricky to change the batteries from the Supreme Pro and Pro X.
So I've heard this before from manufacturers, and they'll recommend going with a lithium AA battery. Do you see big advantages to that with your product?
Well, you do increase your runtime for the product if you go for a lithium. Absolutely. So we can really recommend that. But you can as well go with a standard AA.
Okay.
But always buy batteries of good quality.
Exactly.
Yeah.
No, that's always important.
Yeah.
And so you showed me off camera the T2 model. That's more for your military side of the house. Is that right?
Yes. You will get basically very close to the same sound quality and direction of that. But then we add on really a lot more stuff in that product. Because I can't really say the X2 is fully waterproof. Because when you get water into the circuit board, it will get wet. But we cover that with lacquer under UV lamp 3 times. So even the civilian model has been tested underwater.
Oh, wow, okay.
Then we do it even in increased water resistance for waterproofness on the T2. You get the possibility to different communications for the tactical and also electromagnetic field. I mean, you're not going to be disturbed by the electromagnetic field for the tactical.
Okay. Gotcha.
So if you don't need that, you're all good with the X2. Yeah. And one really good feature, I think, or not feature, but how we make the product is actually handmade.
Okay.
I think I showed you the other day that on the circuit board, we do soldered. Every cable is soldered, no quick contacts or anything like that.
I like when I don't see a company cut corners, and honestly, like ear protection is one of those things that really matters. I think people don't really take into account. They're like, hey, ear protection's ear protection, you know, as long as it blocks the rifle sound for me. But I mean, you can't get your hearing back, right? Like, it's one of those things you really should protect and take seriously at the range, especially if you go and shoot frequently. Guy behind the camera right now is giving me one of these faces because sometimes he doesn't put his ear protection on as much as he should, or uses lesser than ear protection. So we're looking to upgrade ours as well. Yeah.
No, you should, absolutely. And I think the reason why people perhaps doesn't use their air protection is because one of the things is that it's not the right comfort, and the sound experience is not there. But I would say with the Sordin product, you really get the good sound experience, and especially on the range, because we have different sound profiles in this model. So one that we call the Hunter, where you have full ambient sound, all the frequencies and everything, really good direction of the sound. Good when you're out by yourself, go hunting or something like that. At the range with other shooters beside you, or if you shoot a lot, you have a shooter mode. We don't lower the volume. It's like an equalizer. We take away some frequencies.
Okay.
You will experience it's a bit calmer.
Yeah.
You will still have the direction of the sound and everything. So if the range master gives you instructions, you know where the sounds come from, but you will not be as disturbed from other shooters. So that's a really good feature.
Yeah, no, I like that. You have, I mean, the name behind this is versatility, right? Yeah. I mean, that's clearly what you're putting in there. And my next point is we just got to try it for ourselves.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Please go ahead.
I'm very interested in it now because I've been looking to upgrade my ear protection, and this might be the answer. Yeah. I'm sure some people at home feel the same. So, Magnus?
Ryan, thanks a lot.
Thank you for taking the time. Guys, check out Sordin. And here we are at Q for IWA 2026, and I've got the man beside me who needs no introduction.
That's right. Jay. The guy, Jay from Q.
Oh, you know him. You know him. If you've seen any of the Q videos, you know Jay. Personally, my favorite, literally the best trigger ever.
Literally the best trigger ever made.
That's it.
Been to war in New Hampshire.
What was that? It was like Vietnam.
I don't know. I don't really know.
It was cool.
It was fun. We were live firing like across. It was not. I don't know. It was dangerous.
Does this have the literally best trigger ever made in it?
No. So it's the same trigger shoe. People think that it's that, but actually I can show you the way that the trigger works on the fix, because everything's captured inside of here. If you look, that trigger is just a shoe. It's just like a little horn, because your sear is right there. So when it's down here, you just press on that. That's what it's
pretty cool. Okay. Yeah.
Nick Schaefer, smart guy.
By the way, it's the Megafix.
It is the Megafix, yeah. So kind of the long-awaited. We're still not 100% done with it, but we're very close. So the big thing right now
I feel like you need to put my arm around you, like we're at a movie theater.
Yeah,
you know?
why not?
Hanging out.
You may get lucky. So the big thing has been the magazine. The magazine, anytime you're doing a gun or designing a gun or whatever, the magazine is the I think the Germans keep firing off their service weapons.
Popping off.
Their cap guns. So this is a prototype magazine. We do have our production magazine now, but the magazine is obviously it's your delivery system. So it's the most important part. You can have the best round in the world, but if you can't feed it into your gun, what good is it? So the magazine has kind of taken the longest. Nick Schaefer, who was the father of the fix, the Megafix, great guy, great shooter, great guy. So he designed a magazine that can take all of the standard long action calibers. Similarly, like with short action, we had SR25, so we already had that. For this, we have a new proprietary mag. So that's what's taken most of the time, and we're basically there. So if I can do it upside down. So Megafix, for those that don't know, is just the long action. It's the next step.
Yes.
So all your standard, I think we're going to release it In the first drop will be 300 Win Mags, 375 Ruger, maybe 28 Nosler. I know the engineers like that one a lot. We'll do 7 PRC. We'll do, they'll be basically all the popular long actions.
Yeah, Kevin talked about some last time we were there, and it was like some calibers I'd literally never heard of before.
Yeah, 9.3 by 62, and so there's some cool ones. There's a lot of cool calibers that are used like in Europe and then in Africa that they're
Makes
super
sense why you're
viable.
here.
Right, they're super viable, but the U.S. market, isn't really there yet. But but we'll be able, just like your fix and your mini fix, if it fits in the magazine and there's a company that makes a drop-in barrel for it, you'll be able to do it. So this one's 300 Win Mag. What's cool about the Mega, and then as this rolls out and as we update the fix, is normally to swap your barrel, you take off your top rail, you pull your handguard, all that. Well, this one, I'll just show it to the camera, but there's a screw right here. You just loosen that one screw, and then on the other side, there's this copper. It's not copper. It's 17.4 stainless. It's a little window, and it'll open up, and there's 2 screws inside there. You just loosen those, pull your barrel out. So,
nice.
And then you drop your barrel back down and reverse. There's also there's a little set screw in there to index it as well. But that way you don't have to take your optic off and do all that. You'll obviously have to re-zero because new caliber. But you don't have to mess around with all that. You can do it right in the field. As long as you have a T25, you're good. Nice. We're actually making new butt pads to hold it, or it's either going to be, I think it's going to be the actual, this butt piece. It's going to hold a T25 wrench inside of it.
Oh, that's
so
smart.
you'll be able to do all your maintenance on your gun in the field if you want to. So super cool.
Are you guys going to be putting that technology in the other fixes, like the mini and the standard?
Yeah, so it'll end up being like Fix 2.0, Mini Fix 2.0.
Got it.
We'll take
Makes
the
sense.
things that we added to this and just start rolling them down throughout that. So,
you guys hear here first? Mini Fix and Fix 2.0?
Probably, yeah. I don't know if we've really talked about it, but yeah, the barrel change system, the different butt pieces. So that'll be it'll roll through for sure.
And you guys don't. I know you have like a proof barrel in here, but you also have your standard Q barrels.
We do have our barrels. I think when these initially drop, from my understanding, the plan is to drop them with proof barrels and a silencer, so it all comes as one package.
Nice.
And then as time goes on, you'll be able to buy the different things individually. But I think to just really push it, because I mean, it's a sub 6 pound 300 Win Mag. Like, when you shoot it without a can, it's an ass kicker.
Oh yeah,
so,
definitely.
So the can really helps neuter it, and I think we want people to get that best experience when they first buy it. It's been a long-awaited project, so you get the kind of the best experience with neutering that recoil. And then over time, you can kind of configure it how you want. But 70-75 receiver and top rail and everything. So it's cool. It's taken a while, but it's obviously worth it. I mean, if anyone watched the Boombox documentary, like there's a reason that we take a while for stuff, and this is no different. So. And
these are available in the market right now?
They're not. I'm hoping the end of Q3 of this year, but we're hoping, by Q4 of this year.
Q4. There it is, exactly. No, I know Kevin always says, don't hold me to that. Exactly. No.
We reserve the right to change our mind, basically.
There it is.
But yeah, that's my hope. Hopefully this year, at least the first few variants, and then the different calibers we can go through, whenever. But
no, that's cool. I really like this. I mean, guys, if you haven't seen like our Buck Doyle footage we did together, went out there in New Mexico, shot the boombox, really put it through his paces. I mean, it was cold out there.
It certainly was.
Yeah, we had a lot of fun. We had some machine guns. We had some semi-auto stuff, and it performed. Clearly, like 8.6 blackout, no joke. Obviously, that's not what we're talking about here, but
but I mean,
it's
there's
awesome.
plenty of footage of us, all over the world, putting this to the test. It's a lightweight gun. I think the biggest thing is when people get this gun or the fix or whatever, they're not used to shooting that lightweight. It's a different thing, Like you'll feel the recoil differently. You'll do X, Y, Z, and that it can mess with ego a little bit. There's times where we get guns back and they go, "Oh, my gun shoots 3 inches," and we'll shoot it, and it's a sub-minute gun. But
get better ammo, or just get better.
Ammo's the
That
thing,
could
but
be it too.
doing repetitions. It's it's just like shooting pistol. It's like it's a perishable skill.
Oh, exactly.
So just get on the range when you can and do all that. So
good way of putting it.
I think the only other thing is obviously 860 SAMI approved. So people will start seeing that. If I hear one more person say, "I'd shoot 8.6, but I can't find it and it's too expensive," not anymore. So shut up.
Do you guys have any So what happens exactly because it's SAMI approved and at getting cheaper? How does that work?
So as it stands, or pre-SAMI approval, it was smaller companies doing, because it's a Wildcat cartridge, so it was smaller companies loading it. They can't do it at the level that, you know, a company like Federal or Black Hills or, you know, even, well, we won't mention the other one.
I know.
We won't mention those guys. But these companies that are large like that, they can do the volumes that when there's a ton of volume, you can bring that price down. So now that it's SAMI approved, all of the big companies, they are more apt to be like, okay, there's a spec for it, there's a standard spec for it, we'll load it. And it's just gonna, now that the volume's gonna go up, it'll help bring everything else down.
Well, you heard it here first. 8.6 Blackout's gonna be cheaper. Got a Mega Fix, all sorts of stuff. Yeah, buddy's coming in, they're just hanging out. You know, it's a good time over here. Guys, well, first of all, thank you, Jay.
Of course, yeah.
Appreciate it, man. Always a good time. Guys, check out Q. All right, guys, and here we are at Akila. I've got Alex with me. Alex?
Nice to meet you, Ryan.
Yeah, thank you for taking the time, man.
Sure.
He was kind of going through some different offerings they have. First thing I noticed was that it was a Remington 700 Action, but it was straight pull. Is that right?
We wanted to enrich the people, so to say, with a new option of a straight pull rifle, which features a true Remington 700 footprint, so you can drop it out of the box in any Remington 700 compatible stock without having to file anything on the stock or on the rifle. It features integrated recoil lock, straight pull bolt action, Remington 700 footprint triggers, so you can modify the rifle without the requirement of making it, as the Germans say, the Bastlerprojekt. It's like a hobby project when you're going diving deep into the mechanics. You know?
We call ourselves gunsmiths over here in the U.S. Yeah, with an F.
Yeah. Gunsmiths.
Gunsmiths.
Oh, okay, I get it. That's a good one. So the action features a bolt locking safety, which locks the firing pin and also locks the bolt in place.
Nice.
At the same time, you are able to use the standard traditional Remington 700 trigger with the safety, top safety. So you can see when I'm engaging it, it's not shooting. And now the shot is up. It also gives you the opportunity to use this gun as for long-range hunting, as well as for normal hunting with a bit heavier trigger or whatever you prefer. It has a double stack magazine, 3 locking lugs, interchangeable bolt heads, and the Picatinny comes in stock. As I said, we will thread the barrels and lock it with a gem nut.
Nice.
But also a traditional threading the barrels into the receiver is also available.
I like that. Pick which applies to the customer, right?
One more feature is at locking, this lever goes directly into a hardened steel plate inside the receiver, and when you lock or open the action, it uses multiplied force similar to the bench press. So you have additional shoulder, and basically the initial extraction and forced locking of the round is done with force X5 compared to the actual force needed.
Interesting. You know, I really like straight pulls in general for that reason over your traditional Mauser action style. And I think that what you've done here, first of all, you've made a good looking receiver. Like that's one thing too. You have the cuts in there. I think it's just appealing to the average viewer, to the average hunter or tactical shooter, right? Who's interested in this. So we've got some more tactical rifles we're going to check out in just a second from them. This is their more hunting offering. Beautiful gun.
The gun will be available in short action and long action. This one in my hands is the short action in a steel receiver, where the 3 locking lugs bolt is locked towards the locking lugs inside the receiver. Our tactical gun has an aluminum receiver, and the locking goes into the barrel extension.
Cool. Do you want to go check it out?
Sure.
Let's see it. And before we move into this beautiful rifle behind us, what was the price point of the wooden stock variant?
It will start with 2,500 euros in polymer stock, comparable to the one you've seen in wood. Wood will depend on the walnut grade.
Yeah, of course.
So from 3rd class up to 8th, the price will greatly depend on the cost of the stock.
Yeah.
But it will be also affordable. We can also offer the stock in whatever custom chassis the customer would like, because, as I said, it's a true Remington 700 footprint.
That's amazing. I love that about it. And like you talked about, and all of your short action calibers. But we've got something else here behind us that gets into your long action. What do we have?
This actually was presented last year. So the IWA, we call it our rifle. This is IWA Tactical.
Nice.
Yes. So it's the older sister, so to say. It's a long action in aluminum chassis receiver, which tensions the barrel extension of a barrel. You can change the barrels by simply releasing these two screws, the clamp opening, and you can just pull out the barrel.
Yeah.
While the locking goes into the barrel extension, your headspace maintains the same at every barrel change.
Nice.
As I said, all our rifles, they feature the 3 locking lugs bolt.
Yeah.
And the change of the bolt head is very easy. You just have to push in the cam pin.
Yeah.
And you can remove it.
Unfortunately for YouTube, we're not going to be able to show too much of that with disassembling, but we'll just take our word for it. It's very simple, basically just 2 pieces. He popped it out and it was done.
Yeah, actually taking the whole bolt apart takes less than 5 seconds probably.
Wow, that's impressive. Wow. Yeah, for like I said, for YouTube, can't show it. Unfortunately, they don't like us disassembling firearms, but
YouTube doesn't like.
Yeah, but I mean that took 3 seconds.
There is only one way to put it together. So if you put a part which doesn't belong here, you see I'm putting the airing, and it only fits in the proper way, and then you take your grip and that's it.
Wow. Impressive. I like what you guys have done here. I mean, clearly you could have just gone, with a new chassis system for what you've seen with the Remington 700s. You've developed that though with a straight pull, with short action and long action. You've improved on the bolt design. You've come up with your own chassis still on top of that. I mean, you guys are coming out with incredible stuff for bolt actions.
Yeah, we want to create an ecosystem where the customer can really customize his products. Even if it's not our aftermarket products that he will be using, we don't mind. Even our offers for the Blaza 8, the chassis that we have been making for a long time now, actually since start of the company in 2018.
Wow.
We kept, throughout our systems, we kept the AR-15 buffer tube thread on both on the folding and on the middle part of the chassis. So people are able to customize if they are not happy for some reason with one of our 2 buttstocks. As well as the grips, they are AR-15 compatible, so we can use it with different available grips on the market. And the tactical version features also interchangeable magazine well, which can be exchanged for different type of magazines. This one is for the 338 Lapua Magnum in Accuracy International magazine, double stack. We can adapt it also to single stack.
And I'm assuming these are Remington 700 triggers, is that right?
They're correct.
Wow.
These are Remington 700 triggers. And we have 3 different foreign lengths. You can have it, this one is the longest, you have the middle and the short for an over-barrel suppressor, which are quite popular now in Europe. And shorter barrels as well. Yeah. Full length Arca rail, M-lock on all sides, also underneath. What else? You have a small M-lock here for a match saver.
Nice.
QD sling attachments, 3 on each side. Small features like the monopod in our
That's awesome.
buttstock. Yeah, thumb rest milled into the middle part. Small features which we listen to our customers, throughout the years, and we maintain a very close connection. Plenty of my customers can WhatsApp me and say, hey, look, I've been there, and here's a photo you can publish if you want. Thank you, bye.
It's awesome. I love that connection you guys have.
Yeah.
It's so with all these rifles, I'm sure everyone's wondering at home, are these coming to the U.S.?
We are working currently on the ATF registration. We have, we plan to work with one of the potential partners in US, and if everything goes well, you should see them until end of the year.
Okay, end of year 2026, guys.
One more thing, price point starts at 4,000 euro for the short action for the tactical, and 5,000 euros for the 338 version.
Okay.
And then with little options like the longer foreends, different material for the grips and fittings, folding, non-folding, buttstock light, buttstock M with the monopod, as I said, goes up little by little, so you can actually get exactly what you want.
Wow. I got to say, that's really competitive for what you're getting out of this package. I got to say, like, just fantastic job overall with producing these guns. Yeah.
Thank you, Ryan.
Yeah, guys.
Great.
Well, first of all, Alex, just thank you for taking the time. This has been a great interview. I've learned a lot about bolt actions just from talking behind the scenes. Really cool stuff. Guys, check out Akila. All right, guys, here we are at DefencePort, and I've got Imre with me. Thank you for taking the time, man, to talk through this. Yeah, you've got an interesting PCC. I was walking by, I saw it was side folding. You got 1913 compatibility on the back side. I saw one of them that had like a scar stock on it back there. What do we have?
Right now we have here 9 Iron S model. We've been working on these two products for 2 years now. We finished on testings. Now it is ready to come out. This one here has a folding stack adapter. You can fold it to the left like this one.
Yeah.
And on the back it has a brace, pistol brace.
Yeah.
The buffer tube is mil-spec dimensions. Of course, the NATO standard Picatinny rail. There is a cover for the muzzle, but the threads are 2 by 124, I guess. So you can use any muzzle devices here.
Okay.
It has a bolt catch on the left side. Other than that, all the controls like safety switch, magazine release button, and charging handle are ambidextrous, and you can pull this up like this, so you can HK slab it.
I like it.
For fun.
Everybody does.
Yeah.
Are these reversible charging handles from the left and right side?
Yes, you can pull this out.
So you can actually get a perfect HK slap.
Yes, of course, and put it right here.
Nice.
Very easily.
Also for the lefties, they can do an HK slap.
I'm
now.
a lefty myself, but
perfect. There you go.
I use on the right side.
There it is.
So it has a mug well.
Yeah, I see that.
And these work with block magazines.
Okay.
9x19.
Nice.
Functional M-Log channels.
Any other magazine compatibility you guys are looking at besides Glock?
No, not right now. Maybe in a different model in the future, but we will make these only for Glock magazines.
Gotcha. I like this. I'm assuming the price point on these would be pretty affordable.
Yes, it will be. The lower receivers are polymer on these models, and upper receiver is aluminum. So, and while we're designing it, we make sure that it will be easier for us to mass produce these.
Gotcha.
And we try to keep the costs down while not pulling the quality down as well. And it has a very competitive price for our customers and the end users.
Okay, gotcha. And I'm assuming these are coming to the U.S. somewhat soon?
Yes, of course. We applied for the permits, and we expect to receive the final permits from our site in a couple of weeks.
Okay, so you can't say the price point, but
of course not.
It's going to be competitive. Is your point?
Yes, I can't say the end user price point because I don't know it yet.
Yeah.
But it won't be all right for us to share the price we gave our customer. It won't be.
So I got a question. A lot of times when you shoot blowback, you don't really know how it's going to work. You were talking about with a suppressor on the end of it. Does this kind of like really slam that bolt back and kind of give you extra recoil as a result of having a suppressor? How well does it manage that suppressor addition onto it?
Well, we made sure that in order to use the suppressors and not have the recoil, we made sure that we designed the bolt heavier than usual.
Gotcha.
Compared to our other version, this has 250 grams heavier bolt.
Oh wow!
Yeah, and that's how we managed to keep the recoil down and keep the feeding like we did on others.
Gotcha. Okay. Well, we got one more product to check out. There were some AR-12s I've seen a lot of people making, but you guys have a different take on it. You want to check it out?
Yeah, of course, let's go.
So we started with the PCCs, but this is what truly caught my eye, because there are a lot of AR-12s on the marketplace, and I don't think I've seen one where you have a short barrel, at least this short, without going into the Genesis marketplace, right? And I'm assuming this is going to be a lot more affordable than that.
Yes, this will be a lot more affordable. We put the extension spring in the back inside the buffer tube like an AR.
Yeah.
And the lower receiver on this model also polymer. So we can keep the costs very lower than other companies.
Yeah.
Of course.
No, I like this. So a couple cool things I noticed when walking by. So I'm assuming that's your mag release. So it's kind of an extended mag release that I've seen in other AR-12s. Ambi controls, which is a first for for bolt catch and bolt release on the right side.
Yeah. So we wanted to make the controls all ambidextrous because this gun is basically an AR-15 in 12 gauge version.
Yes, exactly.
And in order for shooters to reload their guns quickly, instead of moving your hand all the way back, we want to put something here to release the bolt. And we didn't want to get the bolt release from all the way around the trigger guard and all the way up here. So we created a different design. This is our own patented design, by the way, and it works and goes a lot better than normal.
Yeah, no, I definitely agree with that. I was messing with it just a second ago, and one of the things I was impressed at was a lot of times you have a new ambi design, it's very stiff. And it's hard to drop that bolt.
Yes.
Whatever you guys have done within here, it's definitely easier to actuate. I appreciate it.
Yeah, I understand. Yeah, I know. Controls might be stiff, but we've been working on this for years. We've changed a lot of things, but we now finalized the 12 gauges. We don't think that we made any differences from now on because this is the gun. We decided that it will be our final 12 gauge.
Yeah, no, that's awesome. Like I said, what you guys did with the controls, fantastic job. The short barrel with handling different loads. Have you seen an issue with shooting anywhere from birdshot to slugs and buck in between?
No, this gun specifically, these are 12 gauges. These will work with up to 3-inch shells. They work with bird shots, buckshots, slugs. We tested it all different from ammunitions we can find in Turkey, and we imported some different ammunitions from foreign countries as well. Because sometimes the load of the gunpowder might be different.
Oh, totally.
And we wanted to work with everything. We tested with everything, and we haven't seen any issues. Other than the normal standard things, after you fire a couple of shots, of course it will have some problems, but majorly, no issues.
Well, I got to say, I want to get one of these in the office and do some burn down testing with some 12 gauge.
Yeah, we would love to give you guys one of these.
Amazing. I mean, it's rare that you see a short barrel, at least this short, that's coming to the U.S., right? And that's what you said just earlier. You said that this is, in fact, coming to the U.S. and different models as well, not just in this real short barrel.
We have 3 different versions, lengthwise. We have the longest version. This is standard 18.5-inch barrel. This is, I guess, 14-inch. And this one here is 10-inch, 25 centimeters.
Wow, that's impressive. So you got a little 12 gauge Mark 18 style of gun. That's pretty cool. I've got to use it. I've got to run it and see how well it works. Emery, I hope we get together soon and are able to make this happen. Of course. Guys, let us know down in the comments if you're interested in seeing this, and on to the next one. All right, guys, and here we are at Elysium, and I've got Young with me. Young, thank you for taking the time, man, to talk through this really interesting pistol. If you guys are fans of IWA and N4SAC of years past, you'll recognize this pistol. We actually talked about it. I believe this is 2024, right, when it first came out?
Yeah, it was the first time. As you can see on the side, we have the first year we introduced our pistols. And another year, 25, we introduced other pistols.
Yes.
Even the US market.
And that's a big deal, right? A lot of people were asking about that in the comment section. Is that coming to the US? What the price point would be? What do you guys have new for 2026 coming out with these pistols?
Yes. we have this. We produced this new plates for the slide, so you can put RMR on the slide.
So previously it was just this model, right, that you guys had.
Yes.
Where it was not attached to the slide. There was another system attaching it to the frame.
Just so you can see it, the optic does not move, which is very nice, but you now have the option if you want to actually put it on the slide.
In previous, you could only put your RMS sides on the slide, but as you can see, the slide is very thin, so you cannot put the RMR on the slide.
Very nice.
So now we have this plate, so you can put both of these kinds of red dot sides on the slide.
Giving the end consumer ultimately more options, right? That's the goal behind that.
Yes, that's what we are aiming for, to give more options. And that is also the thing that why we are introducing. We have a new aluminum case without the fingerprint lock.
Okay.
And also, if someone is not interested in the aluminum case, we have this option with the paper box, as you can see over here. That is meant to be like standard version for the delivery.
Yeah.
And yes, this is the box for the.
I just think that's cool.
Is there like, editor, please put like music over that, or like that's just perfect, like like.
So if we put it away, put it out. These are the holsters, standard holsters for the pistol, and with this paper box that we are intending, it is meant to be put inside. Without this box, if you order actually this aluminum case, you will get this box, the aluminum box, the pistol, all the accessories. But if you are not interested in all the accessories, you can just order the box with just some of the accessories, because some people, they already have their own red dot sights.
Yeah, of course. Yeah.
Don't worry about that. Hit the mag release.
We're doing a durability test over here. Don't worry about it. We got this covered.
Don't worry.
So I also wanted to call out real quick, other than just the look of this thing being, well, a little bit like a cross between CZ Shadow, Lago Alien, and a Halo gun. I mean, kind of like a combination of those three. If you'll pan right down over here, we actually have a ton of stuff that comes in the box. So pretty much everything you're going to need to get started. Like you said, you have the holster, you have literally everything you're going to need to get started, including a lot of different optics mounts, anything you're going to want to put on there. So I just thought that was pretty cool, like all-encompassing everything right out of the box.
And I agree with your point of the red dots. I think all three of us actually here at Classic have different red dots that we prefer in our pistols. So might as well just make it open-ended for the consumer.
Yes, we used to mostly deliver our pistols with the Holosun, but not anyone can have their own red dot sights. Some people prefer Trigicon.
Yes.
And since you mentioned Halo,
Halo, yes.
From my point of view, this is more like a Robocop.
Oh, yes, absolutely.
Just a little joke.
That's a good call.
That's a good one. I like it. I mean, it's a beautiful pistol to say the least. I like that you guys, like, there's little details, like the fact that there's a Picatinny mount in the front, so it kind of, can create this sense of, it does what you want it to be, right? It could be this almost semi-tactical like pistol, I guess, with like a light on it. Obviously you can put red dots, it's a competition base gun through and through though. You can clearly tell from the design and everything about it.
It's got some weight. It definitely, so this is going to be a flat shooter for sure. And what's interesting too is these grips, they're actually like super well etched out. You can actually see through them a little bit, which is interesting. I don't know if the light will catch that or not. But.
Yes, even though there are these clips and everything, it doesn't bother your holding grip. It don't interfere with your holding.
And we found this out, the grips are actually magnetic, so you can swap them out. Yeah, which is really interesting. It's kind of wild to do that.
Of course. You just put away the side ones.
So cool. Pop out.
And the final piece.
And the back one.
Yes.
That's simple.
Yes. And when you want to put it back, you just put again first on the sides. Like this.
Yep.
Nice.
Make sure it's in the correct place. Yes. And then you just lock it.
Yeah.
And it's a very strong magnet. It's not something you'd see on your fridge. It's something that will definitely hold there for a while.
It's a good thing that you don't see any screws, pins, anything. It's a clean design.
Yes.
The pistol is about the clean design as well. And also, what is also needed to be mentioned, that the pistol itself can be customized by your liking. For example, as you can see this plate here in the grip, we can engrave your name, your nickname, anything in there.
That's pretty cool. So for these, I know you said that you guys have some that have come to the U.S. You said these are going to be coming to the U.S. this year in limited numbers. Is that right?
To be honest, I'm not sure,
Okay.
but I hope for it.
Yeah.
At this point, we have the, let's say, standard version in a silver coloring, let's say, and this even this plate is already engraved in the edition.
Nice.
In the edition Eagle.
Okay.
So just to reiterate, these silver ones are coming in. The colorful ones not quite yet. Hopefully down the road, that would be nice. But yeah, no, space gun. That, you know what? I'm gonna call this space gun. That's the one thing. I absolutely love it. It feels very good in the hand. And again, I bet you this is a flat shooter.
No, I'm sure it is. It's based off of some familiar DNA of pistols that have really proved themselves. So I really like it, and I want to shoot it myself, to say the least.
It's very pleasant. It's all steel. So in this 9mm caliber, it's very pleasant to shoot. The grips, you already tried it. It's very pleasant to shoot. You hit the mark. You hit the target every time.
I think you've said it all, Young. Thank you so much for doing this interview, man.
You're welcome.
Yeah.
Nice to see you.
Guys, check out Elysium. All right, guys, and here we are at DPM Systems for EVA 2026, and I've got Dimitros with me.
Hello, Ryan.
Dimitros, thank you for taking the time to talk through this new technology you've got in your pistol system. Before that, though, I've just got to tell a quick story.
Yeah.
I visited here in 2023, EVA, and talked to you about your DPM recoil spring you have for Glocks, and I had a Glock 45 Gen 5, and I thought it was really interesting, and I wanted to try it for myself, and you said, here, just take it. And I said, really? And he said, yeah, try it for yourself. And he said, come back and let me know how it works. And I've come back after a few years, and I can tell you, first of all, reduced recoil, but then did not inhibit functionality of the gun whatsoever. After running it for 3 years, had no stoppages whatsoever, but still reduce recoil. Like, it's one of those things where everybody says, don't touch your Glock, right? If you touch your Glock in any way, it may not work, and it may cause malfunctions ultimately. This system does not, and I've seen it for myself. So whenever you come out with something new, I'm always interested to see what it is. And it looks like you have come out with something very interesting for the Glock yet again.
Yes. First of all, I want to tell also to your viewers here that the first thought when you want to create an accessory or something for a pistol, for a weapon, first of all, you have to be sure that you don't create a mess with any way, and to be 100% that you give it's functional and stay nice and in good condition, functional for long time.
Yes.
Okay. And for now, just because you use Glocks, we have the new patent that I have filed just before 1 month.
Amazing.
And it is a compensator, a comp, but it's mounted on the slide. So that means no threaded barrel need. All the bad affections that you have from a comp added on the threaded barrel is that in the most of the cases you need a softer recoil system to can cooperate, because all the forces, they press the barrel down.
Yeah.
And in any case you want, you disassemble, it's just 20 seconds to remove the comp and to return your pistol in the condition like was before.
Wow.
Okay. Here, all the space or the big port that has this comp can use the big mass of the gases that coming out around of the barrel when we fire. So you take a maximum with small size, a maximum amount of gases, and they keep really all the slide in a low condition.
Of course.
And of course, in cooperation with the three-spring recoil system that you use, you take the rest of all the other advantages to manage the impact and to return nice, fast in in the battery.
I can only imagine with that recoil system that this is an incredibly flat shooting gun, because I've already seen that with mine, and then now you're adding this compensator onto the front of it. Wow. So just to reiterate, you said that you keep your factory slide, you keep your factory barrel, and this essentially attaches to the bottom of that recoil spring?
Not only on the recoil spring, it's in the hole of the slide, and pass this part, and is screw it on the body of the compensator.
Okay.
Okay. We secure it with extra force with 2 screws and pins and springs, so it's not possible to unscrew.
Okay.
The part, becoming 24 kilograms force, so it's not possible to turn it and to unscrew it.
Yeah, on accident.
Also, it's guided on the barrel. Okay, further than the up and down fixing, is guided on the barrel and in the lips, left and right. So it's really a part of the slide. Okay,
makes sense.
And that make it too effective. It's not on the frame like other solutions that they move elastic and they change the behavior. Now you have standable materials in solid part, and you take all the advantages without to have moves like they add it on the recoil rods and things like this.
There's normally a lot of different ways to skin the cat.
Yes.
But this is the newest way I've seen.
Of
this
course.
is
and it's California compliant.
That's cool, yeah.
Because in California, you cannot have a threaded barrel.
Yeah, California compliant.
So,
That's
and
amazing.
in other states.
Yes, as well.
And in Greece or in other countries, you don't need to make a license for the threaded barrel.
Amazing.
And all these expenses.
I can see why you're at the show.
I promise as soon as we have the first samples for real test, we'll send you one to make a video.
Oh, I appreciate that. We would love
for
to
your
do
viewers.
that. Yes,
we do.
We love testing it to really put it to its use. So I know you said that this is a brand new thing. You said a month ago. Right?
A month ago, I filed the patent.
You filed the patent?
Yes.
Okay. So with that, when do you think that you'll actually be shipping these?
Ready for shipping. Depends, because we plan to make the part from steel, min molding, very expensive way, but really durable and etc. For sure, we make from 70-75 with hard anodizing aluminum version for some models, and we'll try to continue with different models, different brands. You know, let's make another gun owners with other brands happy.
Of course, yeah. There's so many different ways you can go.
We have to do it.
Yeah. I could see a lot of pistols that would be able to utilize this system. And I know you don't make just the DPM recoil spring just for the Glock. You make it for many different pistols in the marketplace.
Almost for all the manufacturers.
Yes, exactly.
Almost for all the manufacturers.
Awesome. Well, I am excited to shoot this for myself. One thing that I was surprised at when we were looking over here, I think of you guys as a pistol parts manufacturer mainly within that, but I did not know that you guys actually had a rifle kind of system within this as well for the AR-15 buffer tube system?
Yes. This is a multi-spring with a counterweight buffer system that makes 3 jobs. In the first phase, has absorbing. In the second phase, the counterweight work like delayer for the returning. And in the third phase, when return, it's a locking system.
Okay.
Okay,
That makes a lot of sense.
I evaluated this thing for the military persons to function properly when they fire full auto.
What military is that?
In Greece, all the military units, and actually I served in the terrorist unit in Greece for 15 years.
Oh, wow.
So I try to support all the units in Greece with my products.
And so they
and
use
to give
that.
solution. Yes,
Wow,
of course.
that's amazing.
And
Okay.
in other countries.
That makes a lot of sense. And so it's basic.
Just it's a little bit, we don't promote it so much. Some people and countries, they don't want to know what they use. You understand how it works.
Oh yeah, definitely. So it's a lot of what you have within the pistol recoil system, plus more that tungsten weight. I like what you're doing there. That's another one. I mean, you know, it seems good. I feel like we got to try it. We got to try it for ourselves. We shoot a lot of AR-15s around there, and if it doesn't inhibit function, like you were saying, like your other products, I am excited to try it out more.
Of course, now you are ready to try it. Take it now.
He's like, just do it. Just do it.
Let's do it, you know, accurate and fast. It's the way that the military persons, they have to react. Immediately respond.
There it is. I love it. Dimitrov, thank you so much for doing this. Yeah, always great coming by your booth and talking with you.
I enjoy really.
Guys, thank you. Check out DPM Systems. All right, guys, and here we are at ProArms. I've got Nikola with me. Nikola? Thank you for taking the time.
Thank you too for visiting us.
Yeah, I saw some really interesting firearms in the front, and you know, these, it looks like you've kind of done your own trigger job to a few of them and even made your own firearm. Is that right?
Yes. This is a Pro Target and Pro Dynamic 2 model, which is customized by us. We use CZ magazines because they are affordable and you can, and cheap also.
Oh, CZ75 magazines are some of the best.
Everyone has it at home, at least one. You know?
Yes, exactly. Oh, they should. Right?
Yes. This model is very important. The trigger adjustment with only 3 screws. You can adjust trigger by your wishes. You know?
Oh wow!
If you wish to have the first stage trigger and then the second stage, you can make hardness of each stages. You know, one we can say 300 grams, 600 grams, and altogether is 900 grams.
Interesting.
And or in Slovenia is 1 kilo is a limit. You know, you put on one side 300 and the other side 700 grams. And then the weight you lifting, it's a kilo maximum. So it's a main coating on each of our guns is PVD protection, whereas coating is very good because it makes sliding surfaces easier and better, and it gets still gets harder. Also.
Yeah, I need to get better versed in the European weights on things with kilos and grams. Unfortunately, and unfortunately, in my mind, I'm like, okay, how many pounds is that? You know, I'm trying to convert it in my head and figure out.
2 point.
2 point. Okay. Yo, I like the idea that you guys have really made first of all, a 2-stage pistol trigger. Like that's not something you hear about normally. You normally see that in rifles. That's something like precision rifles. I've gotten my own at home, and if you guys are going for a precision pistol, it makes sense that you'd also make a 2-stage trigger for that.
Yeah, because it's easier, you know. When you line your sights, it's easier to add a little more power to finger than to carry over all weight, you know. This is where mistakes happens. If you have too much weight on your finger, then you are losing
canting the gun.
Control.
Yeah, that makes complete sense. Is this a new product on the market? Are there other people that do a 2-stage trigger already?
I believe.
Yeah.
We have. You know, in the air pistols, usually you have 3-stage triggers.
Yeah, that's a new concept to me. And you guys have that available in 2011s as well, not just your own?
Yeah,
okay.
2011 was our first models. Around 9 years ago, we started with these models, and they give very good results, you know. Because when you make the trigger so smooth and everything so good, it all depends from the shooter, not anymore from the gun.
Yeah.
You know.
I'm assuming you don't sell your trigger components separately for people to do that. They're all within the firearm.
Everything in gun, everything must work perfect.
That makes sense. Yeah.
If you don't have good barrel, it's also not a good gun.
Yeah.
You know? It's not only barrel. It's not only everything must be combined together.
Yeah. No, that makes complete sense.
Even the finish, even the protection of this. If slides don't work together, nothing is.
Yeah, I mean, I got to say, they're good-looking guns at that.
Yeah.
Are you guys looking at bringing any of these models into the U.S.?
We already sent them one small quantity, but we are looking to also to expand our.
And that was a recent thing in the past year?
It was, I believe, in 2 months ago.
2 months ago.
We sent it. Yeah.
Amazing. So we're going to hopefully be seeing more of these in the competition space. I'm assuming that's what you guys really designed this for, is just the competition shooter who really needs to push their firearm even further because their skills are that high.
Because the triggers, when you give to a duty pistol, these triggers, it's dangerous, you know.
Of course.
It's too light, you know. And it's only for sports shooters or someone who loves nice guns, good guns, you know. You can get nice coating with like a black and gold combination and stuff. Yes, but we are limited because PVD is only in 4 or 5 different colors. We are little different, but it also gets nice combinations. Yeah.
Are you guys looking to expand outside of your CZ75? Like you were talking about the Pro Target and the Pro Dynamic and the 2011s. Is there another style of pistol that you want to tap into?
For now, we just wish to give to the world, let's say, this second model, because it's completely ours, it's completely new, and these models 2011 and CZ are already on the market.
Yeah.
But who knows? Future is.
Yeah, exactly, guys. Let us know if you would want to see their iteration on a take of a famous pistol. I would like to see a 226 personally. I think you could do some cool things with Sig 226. So. Something there.
The time is very limited,
Yeah, of course.
The good gunsmiths are also very limited,
Yeah.
And the workers, yes.
Yeah. Well, you guys do an amazing job, and I'm excited to see what more you guys do.
Me too. The future will be very interesting. Next year, already maybe with some rifle.
Oh, interesting. Okay, so what caliber?
Let's say this is next year.
Next year, okay. All right. 27, we'll be back.
Version 2.
Nikola, thank you very
Thank
much,
you
man.
too.
Yeah,
Thank
we'll be
you.
back to talk about that rifle in 27, all right? Maybe. We'll see. All right, guys, here we are at Kiro, and I've got Yaniv with me. Yaniv, thank you for taking the time to talk through this. Yeah, I saw you guys had a pretty cool chassis system for your Glock. Is that right?
Exactly. So it's a spring-loaded chassis system, very quick one. It's this one is for the Glock, but we are making for more and more models, also for the micro-compact Glocks. So very easy to get out, very easy to get in. That's all you need, and it's ready. Here you can see the spring-loaded. It has several configurations for a vest and fully extended, and it's made integrally for holsters. So you can use it in a drop leg, in a low ride, and it also acts as a safety. Of course, as the chassis go, you can put optics, you can put lights, laser, whatever you want. It's very compact and very balanced. So not like a folding stock that maneuvering it will be much less natural.
Yeah, that makes sense. I've seen a lot of pistol chassis on the marketplace, but I haven't seen one that works as well with this spring-loaded mechanism that you guys have. There's a few of them, but they're not Glock-related normally. So if you have a Glock and are able to have that at the same time, I think you've got something interesting here. And that's why I think the Morph definitely does something on the marketplace that others don't right now. It's a pretty cool system that you've got.
I'm sure you're right. That's why we developed it.
Yeah.
So we do have also other types of stocks, but we are mostly excited about this one. We have very good reception. We went out in the end of last year in a silent release, and now after SHOT Show and after IWA, we are going for a full marketing campaign. So we want to do our best to introduce more and more models as the market needs them. And we have already a Generation 2 in progress. This is a all different design for optic-ready pistols.
Okay.
So,
what other models are you looking at for the future, outside of just Glock?
So we have the Smith & Wesson and the CZ are the first that we want to go, but depending on demand and distributor request, we might go also. We have the PDP, a lot of people are interested, and in the US the Canik is also something that's very popular. We are in the middle of a shop.
That's just the show, man. Like when you're at a show with the public, that's just what's going to happen. I like that you guys are developing it for more pistols in the marketplace. Like you said, Canik, CZ75. That's actually something I don't hear a lot about, is CZ, having a chassis for that. So I like that you guys are doing that. For other, you said a Gen 2 possibly coming in the future. What would you do to improve on your current design with that Gen 2?
saying it will ruin our patents. So,
I felt like you were going to say that.
So yeah, you'll have to wait and see.
Okay.
But it's a different design, different concept. It doesn't mean it is better just for different use. So I'm not sure it will be like a Gen 2, but it's another thing in our tools.
Yeah, that makes sense. Okay, so for, like you said, like pistol optics, they already have them on there, so you could easily do that. Okay, interesting. I see what you're kind of going with. So are you currently in the U.S. or are you looking to be in the U.S. soon?
So we are in the U.S. We have a U.S. company. We are U.S. citizens. We have a warehouse in Florida and in
Great state.
also. You are from Florida?
No, my wife is actually.
Oh, okay.
Yeah. Good
so and we are expanding. We're seeing very good feedback in gun shows. So. As I told you, we did a silent release. We want to test the market, to fix all the small kinks. We are already after it, but gun shows, well-established brands were in the same halls, and people came and bought a lot of those. Also in the last one in Pennsylvania, the gun show in Pennsylvania, there's a big
the law
one.
enforcement one? Is that it?
I have people who do it. So
Yeah. They went. I'm sure it was a good show. No, I like that you guys are already in the U.S. That makes it easier for people to get their hands on these. I think that, like I said, it solves a solution in the marketplace for Glock specifically. I don't think there's many spring-loaded pistol chassis, enough of them, at least on the market. And what's the price point are we looking at for this more?
So it retails around 400, 450 USD. US dollars. You'll find it on the market maybe around 400, maybe a little less.
Gotcha. All right. Well, Yanis, thank you for taking the time. Yeah, guys, check out Kiro. All right, guys, and that concludes IWA 2026 EVO Outdoor Classics. What'd you think, Brandon?
I loved it. I am blessed, and I'm so excited to be here for this whole thing. It's been a great experience. I think my favorite thing, because I know we're going to get there, was the CZTS3.
The CZTS3 was cool, and just like mine, it's the RS3, which is funny. Both have threes in their names. Yeah, two letters and a number, right?
Yep.
So the cool part about the RS3 and the TS3 is both those actually weren't in this video. You guys, there's more footage out there. So go check out our individual videos that we uploaded before this long video, and you can see both of those. This was a blast to film. Like, what did you think of this compared to SHOT Show?
Oh, way more organized, cleaner actually, but they're also, it wasn't in Vegas. So in Vegas you have like the smell of smoke in the air and stuff. That wasn't here. And then like everywhere we go, it's just gorgeous. There's a arrow tower right up there.
I had a great time.
I loved it, and I want to come back next year, and I cannot wait for it.
And it was great seeing everyone from the industry. Great seeing. I mean, there's so many. What was your favorite company?
Honestly, HK and Burnproof to hang out with.
Yeah.
They actually getting to know them a little bit. They are very cool.
They are
very cool people.
I'm gonna add Grand Power to that mix as well. Some of our favorites to hang out with outside the show. And with that, I think we come to the closure of the video. Guys, if you want to see more, check out those individual videos. God bless.
Stay safe.
And it's time to end.
Yes.